Oh, I didn't even set your Bluetooth yet.
That's okay. We don't need that because I'm connected to the board here.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
Can I connect? Can I push a button just to make sure it works?
Sure.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy.
We good?
Good?
Sorry for the delay, Raider Nation, but we are here.
We hope so, anyways.
Right?
That's the plan. And now I don't know where anything is either, so there's going to be scattershot on this show.
Hey, Hooligan Nation. Paul, Yoshi, Martin, East Coast Raider, Kevin the Raider Nerd. We got a good one tonight, boys and girls. And we're giving away a beauty of a jersey tonight. Elon Bush. Ron. Yoshi with a $50 donation already.
What?
Holy cow.
Jeez.
He's trying to run away with all these jerseys.
He wants all the jerseys.
He wants every jersey.
He's like, hey, give me your jerseys.
I need all that shit.
I need all that shit.
Well, we had a big donation before the show, Yosh, so take that for what it's worth.
All right, here we go. Elon and Starlink willing. Here comes episode number. Oops, I gotta hit the record button. Here comes episode number 377 of Raiders Fan Radio. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I gotta fix the audio in this Richie Incognito ID. It doesn't play.
It doesn't?
Nah, it just plays the video. So,
oh,
yeah, just say it out loud to yourself.
What's up, guys? Hey, it's Mike Garafolo, NFL Network here in the home office, and you are listening to the Raiders Fan Radio podcast, taking that lighter journey into the dark side with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Michelle. She's got great hair. It's a little pink, it's a little purple, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, if I could grow it, I would sign up for that color today. So listen to her and the entire crew as they give you all the information on the Raiders on the podcast that benefits the One Nation Foundation. It's a great cause. It's a great pod. Tune in, turn it up. Here it comes. All that Raiders info and takes coming at you right now.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Political, a leaking pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory. The Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio. Take it away, guys.
Why, thank you, Brett Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murph back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 377 of Raiders Fan Radio, coming to you live from the new and improved Fan Cave 2.0 over here. Finally got this thing mostly all up and going. We're going to have a really fun extra edition to the Fan Cave that we can't, or to the show, to the studio, that we are looking forward to debuting on the Fannies. So the Fannies, that's our annual award show. We're going to be doing that on the last Wednesday of the month, which is the 30th, I think. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when we're doing the Fannies, and so it should be a lot of fun. We've got a whole new guest and feature that we're going to have in here. It should be a good time. But you'll be able to join myself and my best friend Swag Jeff and QB Jeff, and of course the lovely Michelle in here for the Fannies. But for tonight's show, you just got me and Swaggo. Michelle, man, she hurt her back, and so prayers up to Michelle, and and send one up for her, and think about her, and send her your love, because she's dealing with a major back issue, and so she's down for the count today. So it's just me and Swaggo, but we've got a jam-packed show. You know what? It's funny that here we are in the second week of July, which is like the offiest of the off season, and we've got a shitload of stories to get to. Thanks for putting up with us being late. We were having some technical difficulties, but man, we have put together a lot of Raiders stuff to talk about tonight. We got a lot of sound bites to get to. There's a surprisingly amount of news. I mean, obviously it's not news around roster moves or any of the meat of the of the season, about how people are performing and all that kind of stuff. But there are tons of Raider-related stories out there. And so we're going to get into all of it tonight. We're going to have potentially a long show tonight. So thanks for being with us.
Buckle up. Yeah.
Buckle up. Crack yourself a cold one, man. Pour your favorite frosty adult beverage. If you're living that sober life, get whatever it is your favorite thing to sip on is, and sit back and enjoy this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. We got some cool stuff going on tonight to give away, where we're raising money for our foundation, the One Nation Foundation. And so I'll let Swag talk about that. But before we do, I just want to thank everybody that's jumped into the chat room. It's hard for me to keep up with the chat during the show, but I always go back and read it. And so thank you so very, very much. I know we've got some amazing super chats already come flying in.
Oh my gosh.
And so thank you guys so very, very much for your support of this show at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio, where you can see us each and every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern. That is live every Wednesday. We go every other Wednesday here in the off season, but pretty soon we're going to be kicked up, and we're going to be doing Wednesday shows. And when we've got some other shows, we're going to be sending your way as well, as we continue to kind of expand our footprint here with the new version of Raiders Fan Radio. So thank you again for being on the YouTube. Thank you to the audio listeners. Thank you to our partners at the Believe Network. Thank you for their support. We've got some really cool stuff coming up with the Believe stuff that we can't announce yet, but that'll be coming August 1st, that we're going to look forward to telling you about that. Another little teaser for you. But some great stuff there from the Believe folks. And they, of course, support us through the audio version of this podcast by, you can find it anywhere you can find a podcast. Just go to Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, and just ask you to play Raiders Fan Radio, and you can get us that way, where you can put us audibly in your oral holes.
Oh, hey, don't tell us about your life.
Yeah. You still count chips over there?
Oh my gosh, they're flying in. So keep going.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll keep going. Well, so we got a lot of stuff as I mentioned to get to tonight. Well, here I'll just tell you about the foundation while Jeff, since he's
please do that.
Chips. So what we're doing tonight, the reason that we're having all these amazing donations coming in, is that we're giving away an amazing jersey tonight, and that is here. Swaggo's going to show it to you. So that jersey right there, that autographed Bo Jackson jersey.
Come on, dude.
There you go. Jeff and I were talking about it before the show started, that if you're 40 or older and you grew up in Los Angeles or at least Southern California, Bo Jackson is probably your favorite player. He absolutely dominated the Raider landscape from 86 to 90.
87 to 90.
87 to 90, yeah. So absolutely dominated the landscape, dominated all of sports, frankly, in terms of attention and merchandising and media and all that stuff. And just an amazing athlete. And I know, again, so many people's favorite player. And sadly, as you know, injury took his Raider career away from us way too prematurely. But his body of work in that short period of time is absolutely just some of the most impressive. Not only in sports, but especially when it comes to being in a Raider uniform. So anyways, we're giving that thing away tonight. If you want to get in on it, all you got to do is make a super chat. Every $10 gets you a poker chip, and I'll switch back to Swag's camera there so you can see he is furiously counting poker chips over there and stacking them up, and he marks all those poker chips, and then he throws them into that Raider bucket right there, and at the end of the show, we will draw a chip out of there, and whoever is the winner, we will send you that jersey. Yoshi has been a winner the past couple of weeks, along with Raider Dad, along with Josh Camonite. I've got all that stuff going out to you, Yoshi, probably this week headed out. So look for that in your inbox or your mailbox, whatever the heck wherever you get your jerseys delivered. Look for it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so but we ready, Swag?
Or keep donating, and we'll just bring it to your house because Yoshi lives, I think, in Alaska, right?
Minnesota.
Oh, is it Minnesota?
Which is basically Alaska. It's like lower 48 version of Alaska.
There you go. Yeah, you keep donating. We'll just show up and be like, here's this box of jerseys that you won. Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? And keep those donations coming too, because we're not only going to give away that amazing Bo Jackson jersey, but we've got some secondary prizes.
Yes.
And actually, Swaggo is wearing one of the secondary prizes that we're going to give away tonight. So without further ado, let me turn it over to my best friend and yours. He adorns the right corner of the Fan Cave 2.0. He is my best friend and yours, and he is Swag Jeff. Whoops. Sorry, man. There you go.
It's time and then throw fire.
Woo! Man, I'm fired up to be here, man. And yeah, y'all put me to work at the start of the show, but we can't thank you enough because it's all going to the One Nation Foundation. I'll just tell you guys, if you're keeping track at home, we're over $600 for the night.
Holy shit.
Already.
Get out of here, dude.
And we haven't even started, man. So yeah, so if you tuned in late.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
Well, we knew that was going to be a good one.
We're raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey, and all the money is going to the One Nation Foundation. Yoshi with another $50 donation.
Damn, thank you, brother. Thank you, Yoshi.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, man, we're almost at $700, man.
Holy crap!
Yeah, unbelievable.
Will you name all the people that have donated?
I absolutely will. So yeah, so before the show, CPA Joel made a big donation. He donated $150 to the One Nation Foundation, and then right now Yoshi has donated $100. Justin Marmon just jumped in and gave us another 20, bringing his total up to 40. East Coast Raider with a $10 donation. Intel. $200 donation so far.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Hooligan Nation with a $10 donation, and then Fabricator Gil has donated $200 to the One Nation Foundation.
Crap.
Yeah.
God dang.
Yeah. I'm going to run out of chips.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All of you. All those names that Jeff just read off of there.
We're over $800.
That's crazy.
That's amazing, man.
That is amazing.
That's unbelievable. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. 100% of that money is going to go to our nonprofit, the One Nation Foundation, where we are supporting Raiders-related charities. This next upcoming month, we are taking, right now they're up to 14. The goal is to get to 50 underprivileged kids and their families to the Raider game, the preseason game against the 49ers. That's where this money is going to folks like that.
Intel with another $100 donation.
God dang.
Holy cow, guys.
You're making me cry over here.
No
Shit.
kidding.
God dang. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yes, so we're taking underprivileged kids to Raider game, and not only the kids, but we're taking their parental figures. We're providing them a tailgate opportunity. They get swag. The Raider super fans come out there. It's a wonderful experience for these families to be able to go through. Yeah, here. It's a wonderful experience for the families to go through, because it's not just going to the game, it's building these memories from the time they get to the ballpark to the time that the game is over. It's done by our good friend Josh Camonite at Raider Dad, and that's where this money's going to go. And if you want to see your money in action, all you got to do is come to that tailgate and see it, and see the smile on the kids' faces, see the smiles on the parents and the grandparents and anybody else that's there that's responsible for these young people. It's absolutely incredible. And so that's where just one example where this money is going to go. Another one is that later on in the year, in October, we're going to present a check with a goal of $10,000 with a stretch goal of $15,000 to give to the Bolitnikoff Foundation, who are taking in young women at risk of domestic violence, substance abuse, human trafficking, all the most evil things you can think of, and giving them a safe space and giving them an opportunity to not only be safe, but to rehabilitate through counseling, rehabilitate through just having the most basics of essentials. They teach them resume building skills. It's just a wonderful organization, the Bolitnikoff Foundation, done in memory of Tracy Bolitnikoff, who was sadly taken from us too soon at the hands of domestic violence. And so Fred and Angela, that's why we have all this Freddie B stuff over here, man. Freddie B is not only a legendary Raider and Hall of Famer, he's a legendary guy. And to take something as tragic as losing your daughter and turning it into this wonderful organization that does these amazing works for these young women, it just fills your heart when you go to the event and you see, again, you can see it in action. You get to see these young women. They have testimonies. They talk about, the benefits of the foundation, and that's where this money's going. So yeah, it's cool to get a cool jersey, and we keep raising money like this. We'll be sending you shirts and all kinds of shit. We'll have second, third, and fourth prizes if we keep going at this rate. But it's not about just getting stuff. It's about supporting these charities. So know that your money's going to a great place, even if you don't win anything. And so thank you to all of you, and thank you for having the faith in us to be able to represent you and your generosity to these organizations. Guys, I cannot thank you enough. I say it all the time. We could do an entire show just expressing our gratitude for your generosity, but it's nights like tonight where it blows me away that this dopey little show with these 3 and sometimes 4 knuckleheads sitting in here talking about our favorite football team, that this is where you choose to invest your time and your energy and your fandom and your money. It just touches my heart. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you guys so very, very much.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cannot thank you guys enough. That's unbelievable. I mean, like you said, there's some people in here that have donated 100, 150, 200, 300. Like that's just unbelievable, man. So yeah, so we can't thank you enough. But here at the top of the show, let's
we do that.
Let's just jump into respect, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
go.
let's jump into respect. So I have a couple of respects to give to tonight.
Let's make it official.
Oh, well, let's make it official. Do it.
Hold on. Can you guys hear us? Sorry, the audio cut out.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah, they got us now. So hold on. We got to do that again.
Murf Swag J Nation, it's time for a little respect. Respect ain't bought, it ain't sold, it ain't demanded, it ain't negotiated, it's earned. And without blowing smoke or giving shameless plugs, we want to say salute and much respect to the following folks.
Can you guys not hear us now? What the hell? Oh, jeez.
Hold on.
You should be able to hear us now. All right. Well, I know you can hear me now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Everyone says, yep.
Oh, it's better now?
Yeah, they said now we can hear.
Oh, well, geez. Well, now I did all that for nothing. Okay. Hey, thank you guys very much. Okay, give us respect.
God, yeah,
sorry, we had all the music playing. All right.
Absolutely. All right. So first and foremost, much respect to everyone that's in the building tonight. Let's see here. Chuck Raider, Ryan Miller, Hooligan Nation, Martin, Intel, Desert Raider, Michelle is in the building. Hey, Storm is in the building. Chuck Raider, Lee Beam, Jordan Ford, Silver and Black Sports Collectibles is in there. Speaking of respect, let's see here. Fabricator Gill is in there. My beautiful wife is in there.
Holy cow! It's
Ron the
packed
Mater,
up in there.
yeah, it's packed, man. Everyone's here, and we can't thank you guys enough for being here. So speaking of respect and all those fine folks, one of those that I mentioned, Silver and Black Sports Collectibles. Much respect to Silver and Black Sports
hang
Collectibles.
on, let me get in a proper area.
Well, come on, hit the button, nerd.
Don't rush me, Jeff.
Well, I'm just saying, man. So if you are on the video podcast, I am rocking a Ashton Genty jersey.
Yeah, you are.
That our friend Alex at Silver and Black Sports Collectibles has sent over to us because he is actually, so if you guys pay attention, all those One Nation Foundation jerseys that we do, he makes all those for us and donates all that stuff to us so we can take it to the Blitnikoff Foundation event, get those things signed and raffle them off for next year's Summer of Swag. So we'll be doing that for sure. And this one's these jerseys are badass because they're 25. So it's Freddie B jerseys at the Freddie B event. So and not only that, but Silver and Black Sports Collectibles has actually also made a promo code on their website. So they sell jerseys from 2T, like this Ashton Genty jersey that I'm holding up right here. It's a 2T.
Oh, it's a wee one.
Yeah, it's a wee one, man. So
It's a wee two.
Yeah, it's a hey. No disrespect to the wee twos. But yeah, man. So they make all those jerseys and they go all the way up to 6X for the big boys. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
So they've got Crosby jerseys. They've got
6X,
all the Raider
you
legends. They've
big
got
boy.
Genty. They've got Gannon. They've got Lester Hayes, Paul. They've got all those guys. And so if you use the promo code, if you go to silverandblacksportscollectibles.com and enter the promo code One Nation Foundation, you get 15% off your order, and a portion of that sale goes back to the One Nation Foundation.
Let's
so
go.
yeah, so
Right
much
on.
respect
Thank
to
you.
Alex.
Thank
So yeah, so and they're very affordable jerseys. So if you want to get your hands on one of those, then do that.
Right on,
do that,
man.
So yeah, so
And-
can't
and
thank them enough.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you so much for donating all that. We appreciate that very, very much. All right, you said you had 2 to give, right?
Well, and the first one was just all this money because
Okay,
yeah,
well,
all the people that are in the building and all that stuff because we've hit 4 figures, pal.
God.
Come on. So if you tuned in late, we are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey for the One Nation Foundation. So if you want to get in the mix, you can do that. You can hit us on the super chat right here on the YouTube. Every $10 that you donate, whether you donate 10 or whether you donate 300, like some of these other folks have done, all that money is going to the One Nation Foundation, and you get that many poker chips. So if you're looking on the YouTube right now, you see I got a couple of stacks right here that are just almost as tall as I am. So but here's the jersey. We'll be flashing this up all night long, but yeah, here's what you're playing for.
That's awesome, man. Right on. Good deal. All right. Well, hey, Swag Jeff.
Yes.
Thank you so very, very much. Thank you to the chat room so very, very much. Thank you all again for your patience as we've had some technical difficulties tonight. We're still working out some of the bugs here in the cave and waiting for fiber to get installed. It's like, come on, fiber.
Yeah.
As soon as we do that, we won't have to be dependent on the Starlink. You know, no offense, Starlink, but it's not what you need to be to run a freaking full broadcast. You know what I mean?
No.
But anyway, so I digress. Let's go ahead and get to our episode number, and then let's jump into some Raider talk, man. Let's talk some Raiders because we got a shit ton of Raider stuff to get to tonight. So first off, Swag Jeff takes our episode number, which tonight is 377, and always ties it back into something significant within Raider Nation. And Swag Jeff, who do you got tonight?
Absolutely. Well, we got one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest to ever do it, and that, of course, is John Madden. John Madden. So John Madden's team in 1969, the first year as him as head coach, finished with an AFL best, a record 12-1-1. And in those games, they averaged 26.9 points per game, which was number 1 in the league. That year, the Raiders scored a total of 377 points.
Nicely done, dude.
There you go.
Nicely done.
Well, yeah.
Heck yeah, man. All right, hey, I'm going to hit contact info as you're
Okay.
counting poker chips over there.
that.
And then I got an idea.
Oh, let's
Talk about the Raiders.
do that.
Oops.
Woo!
Woo.
Woo!
got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murf would say it,
909-345-3346.
How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes? Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast, the Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio, Insta something, Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio, the tiki-tiki-taki-tak, TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio, or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Good. Ah, nice.
dude.
Nice. All right, hey, so let's talk a little bit about football first.
Okay.
Have you seen the new quarterback show?
I just started watching it.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I'm a sucker for NFL films. I always have been.
Come on,
And
give me all that stuff,
Give me all
man,
that
yeah.
stuff. Absolutely. And so, I thought this was a really good one. Not a lot of Raiders stuff in this one. Not like what we saw with the Mahomes one, where there was all the Max Crosby stuff.
Yep.
And then of course there was the receiver show
yeah.
where we had Devontae. But there was two Raider related things. Well, two of the quarterbacks that are in it are Kirk Cousins and Joe Burrow. Well, their teams, the Falcons and the Bengals, played
the Raiders.
The Raiders last year. And so it was interesting because the Bengals beat the ever-loving shit out of us, right? You guys were there for that. You and Michelle and
we
you
sure
and
were.
Mojo, and you all went to that
Yep,
game.
and Devin and all that.
Yeah, and so it was very brief. It was almost like an afterthought during that episode when they played the Raiders. It was like, oh, yeah, and they're hosting the game at home and final score, and then Joe Burrow back at home playing the piano or whatever.
Yep.
But then they did the Falcons game, and it was interesting to me because the Falcons beat us too, but that was the game that led to Kirk's benching.
That's right.
So it's like not only didn't they covered a little bit how the Falcons kind of slid in to take Penix, that nobody was expecting him to do that, including Kirk Cousins. So not only did they go in and rob who we wanted to get at quarterback, but then they end up playing us during the season and beat us, and the guy that they freaking drafted Penix to replace gets benched for Penix. I was like, holy crap, man. Talk about some poetry there if you're a freaking Falcons fan or whatever. But anyway, that was pretty good. And I've looked, it's been a good watch. I binged the whole damn thing. I watched it in like 2 nights.
Okay.
I did I don't even know how many episodes. Say there's 10. If there's 10, I watched 7 and then I watched the last 3. Like I freaking hammered through it. It was pretty good. But again, anything NFL films, I just freaking, I
eat that up. I love the behind the scenes stuff and all that. Like, I mean, I get down with all that stuff. You know, what are these guys doing when they're not playing ball? Like, how are they, I mean, like,
it's fascinating to me.
Yeah. I mean, watching Burrow play the piano because he's like, you know what? I figured, I've always kind of wanted to do it, and I figured it would help my wrist. And I'm like, that's pretty interesting. Like, that would be a good wrist workout. You know what I mean?
It's, it's interesting about it, and we're going to get to this interview coming up in a little bit, but when Brock Bowers was on with the boys this week,
yes,
he was talking about Max and just about how Max is just so relentless and there's no off switch and just like all that. And that's what's always interesting to me in watching these shows is that these guys are all about ball 24/7, even in a case like you're talking about, where it's like, all right, you're going to pick up a new hobby that's going to hopefully improve an injury that he suffered to be able to improve his ability to throw football.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like those kinds of things. It's just fascinating to me. Then, they show him like, he's into fashion and he's traveling in the off season to go to Fashion Week or whatever.
Sure.
So, I mean, they're still human beings. They're still going to have life that exists outside of football. But especially when they're young and single, like it's ball. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all they do is just ball. Like Brock Bowers, again, we're going to talk about him later a bunch, but he's just all about ball. That's it.
He's all business,
Not even
bro.
that. I'm not a shot. It was a good interview because the boys are funny.
Yeah.
Because Taylor and Will are funny and they pull a little bit out of Brock. But when you compare it to like their typical interview, there's just because Brock's pretty short in answers and he's just all about
He's
ball.
very soft
They
spoken.
asked him what he wanted, if he could have anything, if he would do anything, what would he do anything for? And he said a steak dinner. Like, just
Yeah.
steak dinner. Not, you know what?
A Super Bowl.
Or a trip around the world. You
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? Like wealth beyond his imagination, Hall of Fame. No, just want
Yeah.
steak dinner,
He
man.
just wants a ribeye.
That's it. Just wants
Just a ribeye. Yep.
But anyway, so they're just, these guys are all about balls.
And not
Fascinating.
even like the most expensive cut of meat.
Yeah,
It's
not
just
even like a fillet or
yeah,
something.
just
yeah.
like, you know, if pay $16 at Longhorn and I'm good to go, I'll do anything for that shit. Like easy. Yeah.
So that was interesting, man. That was interesting. But anyway, so speaking of quarterbacks, though,
Yes.
you brought this is what we call a segue in the biz. So speaking of quarterbacks, you
Yes.
brought a story to my attention at,
Okay.
at the kickoff of the show tonight that I hadn't heard yet. And this is interesting. So we've speculated numerous times about what Derek Carr's return to the Raiders would look like. And that, you know, we are firm believers of once a Raider, always a Raider. Once a Raider, always a Raider isn't when you're wearing another team's uniform.
Right.
Because then that's once a Raider, currently a Saint. It was the case for anybody else too. Once a Raider, currently a Packer. So I'm not a Charles Woodson fan like I normally would be until he comes back and he wears silver and black. And then now these, you know, currently probably the greatest representative of the Raiders there is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
Well,
on the-
hopefully
on the
still,
short-
even though he's bought in with the Browns.
Yeah, that's true. But he's an Ohio guy. I get it, man.
Yeah. I don't love it.
Well, it's not any different than Mark Wahlberg maybe being bought into the Raiders.
I like Mark Wahlberg.
I do. I like Mark Wahlberg too, but he's a Patriots honk and always has been. That's why he's buddies with Tom.
His true colors are showing. He feels about Tom Brady the same way I feel about Will Compton. Just trying to get a little something.
Oh, man. All you got to do is look at Swag Jeff's shot behind him. All it is pictures of him
Of
and Will
me
Compton.
and Will. Yeah.
But anyway, so we talk about what that might look like. Well, Derek can't come back to be, you know, part of the Raiders in any form yet because he's still a Saint. Like he's still under contract with the Saints that retired from an injury. So it's, you know, so there's a timing thing that has to play out. But I've said numerous times that, like, you know, when Derek comes back to light the torch, I'll stand up and give him an ovation just like everybody else that's in that stadium at that time. But that time is going to have to play out. It's not going to be right away. It's not, those things aren't going to happen like day one. Well, then Jeff brought this story to me before we started the show, and I'm sure many of you have heard it. He's on the golf course and he's getting interviewed about the Raiders, and so he's got some interesting comments here. Let's check it out. Let me take it off of mute. That's a good idea, Murf.
Those guys play super aggressive. I love Pete Carroll. I've always loved him, always admired him from afar. His guys play super aggressive, super fast on defense. They're simple, but they play fast, and they fly around, and they run to the football. On offense, you know, they're going to run the football, obviously, with their draft pick. Even though he's a Boise State Bronco, I'll look past that. You know, he's a Raider now, so we're family. And, you know, I think that part, you know, running the football will hopefully alleviate some pressure for Geno, and Geno can go out there and do what he does and be accurate. He's a crazy accurate passer. I've always been a great big fan of his. Always had a good relationship with him. So I'm rooting for Geno. Hope he breaks all my records. Hope he has the greatest career and time with the Raiders. Because that's what you want, is you want to leave a legacy, and then you hope that someone else can come in and try and break it, try and top it, and that's what I'm rooting for him.
I'm sure the stadium won't keep you away for long this season.
No. I've already talked to Mr. Davis. We've already talked. He's already called me. He literally texted me as soon as I retired, "Love you, man." And so we were talking, and we're going to, after this tournament, obviously talk and figure out what that looks like and when that looks like. But I can't wait to get back to a Raider game and get down there on the sideline and see the fans again. That's my place. I love my time with the Saints. I love the people, love the fans and the organization. But I spent all my years, you know, almost a decade with the Raiders, so I can't wait to get back.
All right, very interesting stuff there. from Derek. And listen, I've given Derek, plenty of shit on this show, over especially the past handful of years. There were some things that I just didn't love, whether it was on the field mainly, and then even some of the stuff off the field. Like, it just, you know what I mean? There was just some things that it didn't feel right anymore. And it was time to move on. And there was a time where I was his biggest applauder. And then there were times when I was his biggest detractor. And frankly, I'll throw this in there too. I wasn't as much of a detractor until all the freaking knuckleheads started coming out on social media, just absolutely deifying this guy for unwarranted reasons. And it was really hard to encounter that, every time you log on to Twitter or anywhere else or have a conversation with somebody, and all they're doing is telling you why you're wrong because you don't think he's the greatest quarterback in the history of the Raiders. Well, we've got a long and storied history with this franchise, and I'm sorry, he's not in the top 3 even to me, because we can talk about it later, but the guys at Silver and Black today we'll talk about it now. The guys at Silver and Black today did their all-time Raider quarterback rankings. And Mo Moten, shout out Mo, shout out Scott, Mo Moten nailed it. And his top 5 were my top 5.
And that is top 5 too.
Is it? Mm-hmm. And that was Kenny Stabler at number 1, and then Daryl LaMonica at number 2.
Come on.
Jim Plunkett at number 3, Gannon at 4, and Derek at 5.
Yep.
Because you have to take into account more than just stats. When you take into account wins, cultural impact, innovation, you take in everything, not just, postseason record. Anybody? When you take in the account, the entire body of work, he's not in the top 4. I'll give you top 5 because he was represented the Raiders in an amazing way, and I will always respect him for that. And I will always respect him for his longevity with the team. But there were some things about it that were just, you couldn't defend it anymore. He'd given everything that he wanted, and he still wasn't happening. So we had to start holding him responsible. And that's why I used to say people, at what point do you hold him responsible? Okay, fine, you're defending him once again, but at what point do you say, well, maybe it's him? At what point, you know what I'm saying? At what point in your life do you finally point your finger at yourself and go, well, okay, maybe everyone else isn't an asshole. Maybe I'm an asshole, right? And so at what point do you go, okay, well, Derek, maybe you're part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? And so that I don't think there was anything wrong with calling that out. Now, again, all that said, I welcome his return to the Silver and Black, and we'll celebrate his career with this football team. He deserves a standing ovation from the fans. He is earned, not even deserved, he has earned a standing ovation from the fans, and he has earned a hero's welcome back to Las Vegas. He went through some tumultuous times, through the end of Oakland, to the beginning of Vegas, going through COVID, all that shit. You think about all the turnover in staff, everything that Derek, the injuries, everything that guy, he had a lot of adversity in his career. So even though I'm still going to hold him always accountable to what his career was, I also can fully understand that he had nothing but stacks and stacks of adversity throughout his career with the Raiders. Is that fair, Jeff?
Yeah. No, you pretty much said it all there. Yeah, that was.
Well, then
pretty
don't
much
say anything else.
Well, okay. We'll just yeah. That was some of the notes that I had. I think that now finally, everyone can come together and celebrate Derek Carr for what he was. A great Raider. He was a great Raider. The wins weren't there. The stats are, and so that's what a lot of people hung their hat on and all that stuff. Statistically, he's the best quarterback the Raiders have ever had. But it takes a lot more than statistics to be a great quarterback. And so, so my top 5 is also Stabler, LaMonica, Plunkett, Gannon, Carr. And the reason that we put LaMonica ahead of Plunkett is, yes, Plunkett had 2 Super Bowl wins, but Daryl LaMonica also had 2 AFL MVPs, 2 AFL championships, and 2 AFL passing touchdown leaders, titles. Yeah. So I mean, you can't forget the AFL time, and that means something. And he really was one of the stewards that brought Raider Nation to where it is. He set the tone. And so, but as far as Derek goes, I think, the car wars have always been one of the most polarizing topics, at least since I've been around the team. And you can, I mean, it wasn't like this with Gannon. It wasn't like this with, obviously there wasn't social media in the times of Plunkett and stuff like that. But I'm sure Plunkett was probably going to be one of those guys where some people were like,
yes, I was going to say that was the only one that I can remember to where there was, because Plunkett didn't play great a lot of times. Now in postseasons, he did well.
Right.
But through the course of the season, he didn't throw a pretty ball. He didn't have a lot of elusiveness. Like, there was a lot of things about Plunkett that people used to. I remember when I say people, I mean my uncles and my dad and the people that were around me that were Raider fans, having a lot of debate around Plunkett where they would get nervous when he would drop back. But they never said that about Kenny. They never said that about Rich. Certainly never said that about Darryl LaMonica. So maybe Plunkett, but outside of that, Derek is the only one that had that level of polarization where you were like, you could have any Derek Carr opinion and 100 people would come at you from the other side.
Right. Yeah, 100%. And so now I think that now that his time is done, I think we can all come together and celebrate him for what he was, celebrate more than just the stuff that was on the field. Because, one of my videos that I saved on my phone is we're in Tennessee at the Titans game and I'm yelling, "Come on, Derek, you motherfucker." Yeah. But I love Derek. Derek was my guy for a long time. And so, but I think now we can come together and celebrate just his time with the organization, the impact that he made on Raider Nation and all that stuff. And it doesn't sound like it's going to take long. I don't know how that works as far as the Saints contract, if they're going to just let him go of that and let him sign a one-day contract with the Raiders. Because in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? Saints, I understand that they have the rights and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like there's probably loopholes and ways around that, or you can just sign a one-day thing and hold your press conference and do whatever.
I don't even think you need to technically sign anything. Just show up at the facility.
Just show up at the facility. And it sounds like that's what his plan is, and that's what Mark's plan is, where we kind of talked about that it may be a year or two before Derek comes back around, but it sounds like he's ready to come back now. Hell, we might
sounds see like it
him.
To me.
He might light the torch for the preseason game. You know what I mean? Who knows? This guy wants to be back in the building on the sideline, cheering his guys and all that stuff. And much respect to him. I loved what he had to say about Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. And I love that he's already talking about, I hope that the next quarterback that comes in, whether it be Geno, whether it be the next guy, I want someone to break all my records. I want this team to be successful, because if people are breaking my records, then more than likely our team is successful. So, and he gave the little bit of respect to Saints fan and the organization and all that stuff. But that dude at the end of the day is nothing but a Raider.
Absolutely. Very well said. Very well said. All right. I'm curious to see what the chat room's got to say. Can't keep up with it during the show, but please keep those opinions coming, man. I want to go back through and read it, because again, it is such a polarizing topic that I would love to see what Raider Nation is saying in there about Derek Carr's return. And it sounds like we're going to see it maybe sooner than later.
I think so.
We might see it as soon as this year. I don't understand. I don't know exactly, other than the Saints would have to void that deal or something, because with Brett Favre, when he left, he had to retire from the Packers and then ride out a certain amount of time, and then before his contract became void, and then he could then get picked up by the Jets.
Like a post August something or whatever.
There was something there. I remember that. Yeah, that he was like, fine, if you're not going to let me go, I'll just retire. He had no intentions of retiring, but he just wrote out whatever the time frame was until the Jets could sign him. And then, and then the Jets even was just a purgatory for him. He knew where he was going to go. He was going to a rival. We knew he was going to go somewhere because he wanted to go beat the Packers.
Yeah.
So anyways, so interesting stuff there, man, about Derek Carr. All right, let's go ahead and hit a break. You got breaks over there?
Yeah, absolutely I do.
All right.
Let's hit a couple of those, and then we'll flash this jersey up and keep talking about the Raiders. Oh, you got to turn me up.
You're up. Oh, is it doing the thing?
Yep, it's doing the thing.
It's doing the thing with the thing. Oh, I don't even know where my mouse is. What the hell? Oh, shit. Oh, gosh. Wow, we're all over the place. Okay, hold on. Hang in there. I promise we got breaks in here somewhere. I'll just
Hey, before you do that.
Okay, do it. Yeah,
Yeah, let me just flash this jersey up again. So
I'm glad that's all you're flashing.
Hey. I mean, you keep those donations coming. I'll keep flashing more stuff. So yeah.
That jersey's going to get a little shorter and shorter on your belly.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But yeah, so we are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey. So it's a beaut, man, an absolute beaut. It's got the certificate of authenticity that comes with it. Every $10 donation tonight. So we've had amazing. We've had 10 people. Think about this. We've had 10 people donate, and we've had over $1,000.
Unbelievable.
That's unbelievable,
That's
dude.
amazing.
That's unreal, man. So yeah, so get in the mix, man. So whether you donate 10 or whether you donate a few $100, you get that many poker chips. Right now, Intel and Fabricator Guild are the leader in the clubhouse with 30 poker chips per a piece right there. So get in the mix, man. So we can't thank you guys enough. And as always, that money is going to the One Nation Foundation, where we support amazing charities like the Bolitnikoff Foundation and like Raider Dad, like we talked about earlier. So yeah,
absolutely.
much respect.
Thank you, guys. Oh.
Hi, this is AJ Cole from the Las Vegas Raiders.
Wow.
And you're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Just win, baby.
This is Dennis Haysbert, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio.
Love it.
Is that docile or not?
How cool is that?
That's amazing. I mean, we're in good hands.
Hey, I can write that off my taxes, man. I usually get about 50 grand for that.
Britannia rules the waves. This is Keith Smith, the Crusader Raider.
Need some refreshment?
From London,
Sip
England.
real at HTO.
Raider Fan Radio. And we're in Murf's Cave, and I tell you, this is the only place you need to be. Go Raiders.
I appreciate everybody that's in the chat room tonight. Thank you for all your incredible donations to the One Nation Foundation. And so I do want to tell you real quick before we jump into the next topic here. I do want to tell you real quick about another amazing advertising partner that we have. This guy reached out to us because he wanted to help the foundation. He does have a business that he is associated with, but he asked us, he said, please don't focus on the business. He said, just please focus on the idea that they just wanted to help out with the foundation and just wanted to kind of affiliate with the podcast. And I love what you guys do. And so much respect to our buddy, Justin Marmon. We thank him so very, very much. And if you could do us a favor, if you're in the Arizona, Glendale area, they're opening up a new HTO down there. So go out there and check it out. Get your favorite flavored iced tea. We've also got some Southern Nevada, Las Vegas locations going in towards the end of the year, beginning of next year. And so definitely patronize the good folks at HTO because they have taken really good care of us here at the One Nation Foundation. And are just an amazing sponsor. And again, it's technically a corporate sponsor, but that's not what Justin's intention was. In fact, I talk about it more than he even wants me to, but because I want to make sure that we honor what he did for us, which was give a significant donation to the foundation. So thank you to Justin. So I'm gonna play the HTO the spot here for you, and then we got more Raiders to talk about.
Need some refreshment? Sip real. At HTO, you can dive into dozens of flavors of real and real refreshing iced tea. Match your faves or grab a gallon to go. HTO, real tea, real refreshing.
All right, here we go, HTO. So thank you to Justin and the HTO folks.
Oh, thank you, Justin. Thank you.
All right, Jeff, man, we got so many things here. Okay, so I've got another one for you here. So this, I got to open up. Okay, so we've got, I know what. Here, you know what? I've got so many of these. We're just going to jump around and hit them in the order I've got them popped up here.
Do it.
So last week, as you know, was, or last show anyways, we did it right before the 4th of July.
Yes.
And so we talked a lot about it, not a lot about Independence Day, but we talked about just like celebration and being safe and all that kind of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah.
failed to mention something highly significant about July 4th around here.
Yep.
And that is not only the birth of this great nation, the greatest country in the history of the world, but it's the birth of Raider Nation.
Come on.
The greatest fan base in the history of the world. Because July 4th is Al Davis's birthday.
Come on.
And I forgot to mention that before the last show. Shame on me and shame on you and Michelle for not picking me up on that one. Jeez. Shame on a chat room for nobody dropping it in the freaking chat. Like, what are we doing here? We got to celebrate Al Davis every moment that we absolutely get an opportunity to do that. So I've got a soundbite to play for you here. This is what the Raiders rolled out for us on July 4th. And then let's never forget, man, like the importance of Al Davis, the significance of Al Davis. You talked about LaMonica earlier, and it reminded me of something, is that people that are dismissive about things that happened a long time ago, and I'm not talking about the early days of the NFL when it didn't even resemble what the modern day sport is. But when you're talking about AFL football, yes, it was, what is that now, 60 years ago that we're talking about, and things that happened. Just because it happened in 1967 doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Just because it happened before your iPhone doesn't mean it didn't happen. Shout out my buddy Todd, my buddy OG Todd on Twitter today, was on a heater, bro, going after people on their, quote, Mount Rushmores about Raider players and not talking about Daryl LaMonica. And because it's like, you know, this dude threw in 14 games, threw for 3,300 yards in 1969.
Yep.
What would he do in a 17-game season with the modern day rule set?
Average 5,500 a season.
Dude, the all-time passing record is what, 53 or something, 54 by Peyton Manning in 2013, I think?
I think so.
And so you're talking about a guy that could, I'm not even joking when I say he could throw for over 5,500 yards. Like, that's how the level of talent this guy had. The only reason Daryl LaMonica exists in that context is because of Al freaking Davis. He had a mindset to not only change the game by adding in the bump and run, the physicality of a secondary, adding in the vertical passing game, introducing speed into the freaking onto the field. He was so highly innovative on the field. And then, oh yeah, by the way, and I know you guys know this, but it's totally worth going over. But then broke so many barriers in terms of bringing in players, bringing in coaches, bringing in people that were at the time not considered able to do certain things on a football team, whether that be Amy Trask in the front office, Art Shell as a head coach, Tom Flores as a quarterback, whatever. That he broke so many barriers and boundaries, went to small schools to recruit. Like, he did so many things that were out of the norm to build the juggernaut that ultimately became the Raiders on the field. And then, oh yeah, by the way, he crafted an entire world out of his brain that became Raider Nation. The whole mystique of the Raiders came out of one guy's brain. I often compare him to John Lennon or George Lucas or, you know, J.R.R. Tolkien, people that can like build a world out of absolute nothing. That's what Al Davis did. And his accomplishments and his talent should never go underestimated. And those that say he lost his fastball towards the end of his life, guess what? You will too. We all lose our fastball when we get into our 80s. That's just a matter of fact. But the fact that he did all these wonderful, amazing things and built this entire surroundings of this room surrounded by the silver and black came out of Al. All the players we celebrate came out of Al. All the style, the attitude, the visual, everything came from Al freaking Davis, bro. And it's just like, I even start talking about it and I don't want to stop because it's just so impactful to what us as Raider fans, the people that tattoo this shit on our bodies, adorn ourselves in the gear, decorate our houses with it. It's all because of that one guy. So I don't think we could ever underestimate that impact, Jeff, because we're living it every day. And I'll say one last thing, and then please talk on this. Outside of Christ follower, father, husband, the different labels that you can put on me.
Yeah. Faith, family, Raider football.
Dude, Raider fan is right there underneath those of most important things. And if they're not, then they should be for you too. And I'm not here to judge you, but Raider fans should be below that other shit. But that's how important it is, though. It's right there. You know, I identify with this more than, and I love my job, but I identify with this way more than my work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a matter of fact. But like, and so anyways, and that's all because Al freaking Davis. So anyways, you talk.
Yeah, no, you said it.
Well, then don't say it.
Yeah, no, I mean, this.
I'm going to bust your balls about that.
Absolutely. Well, and you know, it's, I should be busting your balls because you steal all my shit. I sit back quietly and just let you rant.
Just go, this motherfucker had way too much coffee this morning.
Yeah, he did. No, but you know, and it's way more than football. Like, Al Davis invented a way of life. You know what I mean? Like, I rock a Raider shield every day of my life. I mean, obviously it's tattooed on my arm as well, but like, I'm wearing a Raider hat every day. I've got a Raider wedding ring on every day. You know what I mean? Like, got the Raider socks. I got the Raider color shoe. I mean, I'm rocking Raider colors every day. You know what I mean? So like,
it's on your work truck.
It's on my work truck. I mean, it's a way of life. It's so much more than the game that is played between August and January. Like, it's so much more than that. And so we're indebted to Al Davis for just creating the family that we have, all these amazing people that are in the chat room, the friends that we've made doing this show. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be as close of friends with Michelle if she didn't come on.
We may have never met her.
Maybe not. You know, I met her for the first time after the first show that I did here, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're Jeff from Raiders Fan Radio." And that's kind of how our friendship began. And so, like, Fabricator Gil was in the chat. He's like, "Hey, I'm driving through Middle Tennessee this week. I may come and see you guys." Like, we wouldn't know Gil if it wasn't for the Raiders. And like, these are top-notch people, the people that are in this building right here. I mean, Silver and Black Sports Collectibles. We would have never met him and the amazing stuff that he's doing with the foundation and all that stuff. And he's in here, he's in the chat talking about, "Hey, I love that you guys are giving respect to Daryl LaMonica. I'm going to send you some Daryl LaMonica signed stuff, and you're going to give it away on the show for the One Nation Foundation."
Come on, bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
That's just that's unbelievable, man. So all this stuff that, you know, the day-to-day stuff, the Wednesday nights and all that stuff, none of this is possible without one Al Davis. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah, and I want to mention that Martin in the chat. You know, we talked about how, you know, what would Daryl LaMonica do in today's NFL?
Oh,
he goes,
sure. Yeah.
He goes, "I don't know if he'd do much. He'd be 84."
Okay, that's funny.
That's pretty damn funny.
That's pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in. I want to play this soundbite for you from what the Raiders press team released on July 4th.
Okay.
As a young guy, I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports. I had total confidence, not arrogance, confidence that wherever I went, I could build the finest organization. The dream was to have the greatest players, the greatest coaches, play in the greatest games, and of course, have the best records. That was my dream, and I felt I could do it. There are several characteristics of the team: fear, the intimidation, the mystique about it, the quick strike, the touchdowns, the great games we've played in, the fact that off the field, we are Mavericks. We want to dominate the environment rather than just be a part of the environment. I didn't care as much about being respected as I cared from the standpoint of winning about being feared and being imitated. And then respect could come after that. I think that all the players who've passed through our locker rooms, who've worn the silver and black, are guys that we love. They're always welcome back. The door is always open because they've worn that uniform, and I feel that we've shared in their glory and we perpetuate it, but yet when we talk about the past, we talk about the greatness of the Raiders, and so I feel that we have a debt to them, and I, for one, will never forget that debt. That's the legacy that we leave to those who come after us. If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
All right, here we go. Good stuff there, man.
I love Jay Morris is in the chat from Salt City Silver and Black. Says I met my best friend through the Raiders. He's 20 years older than me, and I'm a city boy with tattoos. Rob's a redneck that owns a bait and tackle shop. They would have never crossed paths, but it's the Raiders, man. And now they run Salt City Silver and Black together. You know what I mean?
That's so badass, dude.
That's so cool. You know what I mean? Like, you and I were friends before the Raiders. But, I mean, the Raiders brought us way closer together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, this is so much more. I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's so much more than just a football game and just a football team. It's a family that this man has created, and he created it not even through football teams. It's a couple of the philosophies that this man had, Al Davis, he modeled what he wanted this team to look like from the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Right?
You know what I mean?
And Army.
And Army.
Yeah.
And Army. Yeah, the colors and all that, the Army, the quick strike and all that stuff, the run game and all that. But he wanted the power and the ability to hit the home run like the Yankees did. And he wanted the speed of the Dodgers and all that stuff. And, and this man was all about family anyway. I mean, look at the diversity that this man brought into sports. You know what I mean? Like, you can't talk about that enough either. You know what I mean? This guy literally has brought in everybody when other people wouldn't. You know what I mean?
That's what makes it so cool.
It makes it so cool.
He was doing it before it was, a movement or, you know what I mean? Or quote popular or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
He was starting those
before those, exactly.
He was starting those movements. He brings in Tom Flores to be not only the first Latino quarterback in football, but then he brings him in again to be the first Latino head coach, or was it just the first Hispanic coach? I think that's what that was, right?
Yeah, because it was. Yeah, I always mix it because there's another guy that was in there, and I can never remember his name, and we should be better about knowing that.
Okay,
but no, I think it was because he was an assistant coach first,
right?
But then he replaced Madden. But still, the point being though is he was breaking barriers, man.
Breaking barriers.
That's the whole
he brings in
point.
Art Shell and does all these things. Like, this guy was, he literally changed the landscape of the NFL, and and so we're just how could you not love Al Davis?
Exactly. Well, then of course everybody does. I mean, everybody obviously does. I mean, they damn better. But anyways, good stuff there, man. We appreciate you all, Raider Nation. Shout out the chat room for me, Swag Jeff, and then we're going to talk about a little bit more of the modern day Raiders.
Absolutely. So Michelle is in the building. What's up, Michelle?
Missing Michelle tonight.
We missed Michelle tonight, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's see here. We got Silver and Black Sports Collectibles in there. Martin, Raider Paul, Ron the Mater Raider, Paul, Roy Chong in there, James Furpo, Lee B. Let's see here. Jay Morse from Salt City Silver and Black, Hooligan Nation, Fabricator Gill, Chuck Raider, Storm, Yoshi. We got the whole crew, dude.
Awesome, man. Well, we talk a lot about the history of the Raiders around here, and we certainly did for the first part of this show. But let's talk about the current Raiders.
Ooh.
Let's talk about, one things that we always say around here is we talk about the Raiders that are, not the Raiders that aren't. Now, we do talk about the Raiders that were, because that's very, poignant? No? Significant? Significant. We'll go with that. It's very significant to the history of this football team.
Absolutely.
But in terms of the Raiders that are, there's some pretty cool stuff going out there in the social media landscape. And first off, I've got an interview with JT the Brick, and a guy that we've talked a little bit about him, but I think his impact, literally, because he's a hard hitter, his impact to this football team is going to be felt. And I think that he's going to have a versatility on defense that we're going to see. Not only is he going to be sitting back and playing deep safety, but he can also play close to the line and cover in the slot. Highly physical guy. I'm talking about Jeremy Chin.
Come on, dude.
So let's check out JT the Brick sitting down with him.
When you look back at the history of the position of safety, who were some of the players and idols you looked up to as a kid?
Oh, man, I'm glad you asked. I could go on and on. Well, Sean Taylor, you already mentioned Sean Taylor. Ed Reed. I'm from Indiana, so I'm a huge Bob Sanders fan.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, love Bob,
Just
man.
the way he came downhill.
Man, love that guy.
Cam Chancellor, everybody loved the Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
And Earl Thomas and all those guys. Troy Polamalu, versatile, so instinctive. And, there's a lot of times Troy Polamalu will play, and it's just like, you could tell he's just kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the game has changed so much now. You really don't too much see just a true safety anymore. Like, a lot of guys come down and play that nickel role, and you'll catch them in different spots.
How do you process those things from play to play?
Yeah. I actually, talk to myself a little bit. Like, all right, I'm at nickel right now.
So you're going through this as you're playing.
Or like, all right, I'm at safety right now. Like every play, like it's a process. There's a thought process. There's a diagnostic to what the offense is doing. What are they showing me? What are presenting me? What's the down and distance? Who's in the game? And where are they lined up in the game? So, I mean, every single snap.
Oh, awesome.
Knowing what you know about the Legion of Boom, and Pete, do you feel like there's going to be a lot of traits from that with you coming down into the box? You really finish people off and tackle well down there. But just the concept of what Pete's going to do, because you're new with him, and throwing up that tape and building a defense that could play, maybe not instantly at that level, but is that one of the goals you're looking to follow?
I mean, I'm not going to say that we are the Legion of Boom and that we're trying to be the Legion of Boom, but I definitely think there's certain things from that group that will be incorporated into this defense.
Dude. Oh, that fires me up, man.
Fires me up.
Absolutely. And so I think that it's interesting because he says it and then he hedges a little bit there. But I think that not ideally, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the spirit of Pete Carroll and his coaching style on defense, and especially when it comes to secondary, that's what they're gonna do. Are they going to be as successful as the Legion of Boom and have the level of impact that secondary had in the league, which basically took the league by storm practically at the time, and their significance in history in NFL history is massive. Like that's one of the all-time greatest. I would put it up there with the Soul Patrol. Like they're right there as far as all-time great secondaries that have played in this league and that level of physicality. Are they going to emulate that? Can they copy it? I doubt it. Like you're talking about, 4 incredibly talented guys at the time. But can you replicate that spirit? And I think, that's going to be the question. I know that Jeremy Chin can. Can Isaiah pull him out? Can he? I think that he's got that level of physicality to his game. Then after that, though, then is it going to be, Thornton? Is it going to be Eric Stokes? Is it going to be Jacorian Bennett? Is it going to be, can those guys bring the level of physicality? Because remember, when you talk about the Legion of Boom, you're talking about Richard Sherman and you're talking about Brandon Browner. You're talking about big dudes that were really physical. They weren't fast. These were not like flash to the ball kind of guys. These were smart corners that knew how to maintain contact. You know what I mean? Downfield. That's what Sherm did. When you watch Richard Sherman play, he could just read movements, whether he was reading the quarterback or whether he was reading the receiver or whatever. He could just anticipate very late in his career, Charles Woodson like. When Chuck started slowing down, when you watched him play safety for the Raiders, he became entirely intuitive. He was so intuitive and then could flash to the ball. He still had that one gear, you know what I mean? Because that's what they say. When you're 2 steps better than everybody else, you can afford to lose a step and you'll still be better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And so even when Chuck started to slow down a little bit, but it was his anticipation and it was his football brain is what kept him being great. Well, that's what made Sherm great. That's what made Brandon Brown, I wouldn't call Brandon Brown great, but that's what made him a really freaking awesome number 2 over there. But you get where I'm coming from?
Absolutely.
And so I think that there are still some unknowns, but I'll never forget. I'll give you a musical reference, right? I heard Dave Grohl one time in an interview was talking about some fans that were giving him shit for the style of music that the Foo Fighters would play. And they were saying that like, all you guys are is just big guitars and big loud drums and, a lot of screaming. And, you guys are just trying to sound like Nirvana. And Dave used to say, I was in that band, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's
Right.
like people that would say like, "Oh, Pete Carroll's going to try to replicate the Legion of Boom." Yeah, y'all know that Pete.
He built that
He
shit,
built
right?
that shit, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think the spirit of the Legion of Boom could definitely show up. And I think I totally agree with what you're saying. I think Jeremy Chin is a big part in that. And I think he might be the most cerebral part of that because he can do multiple things. This guy does have the big hit ability, but and he might emulate kind of what Charles Woodson looked like at the end. You know, I think that was a great comparison because, you know, I've heard that coming out of camp that he's playing slot a ton
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
He's doing a lot of that stuff. So
Well, you heard him right there talking about playing nickel.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So they're bringing him down. They're doing that kind of stuff. And so I think Isaiah Polamau, if he brings the same juice to what he brought last year, this guy's going to be for real. I mean, this guy earned the contract that he got in the offseason, was one of the first free agent signs or extensions or whatever of the entire free agency in all of the NFL was the news about Isaiah Polamau. And I think it was well deserved for sure. So I think those two guys really shore up our safety positions. And watch out for is it Darian Porter or
Yeah.
Damian Porter?
I said Thornton earlier.
Yeah, I know. I know
Porter. That's what I meant.
Yeah, Porter. Yeah, but Porter, I think, is going to be a lockdown guy for sure. But I keep hearing, and he was my vote for defensive MVP of this year. Jacorian Bennett's struggling a little bit. So, you know, one of these guys has to step up. Is it going to be Stokes? Is it going to be one of these other guys? Are we still going to sign somebody? You know what I mean? Like
There's still
a lot of pieces that are out there. You know, I mean, you could move Jeremy Chin down into a more permanent, you know, slot position or whatever and bring in Justin Simmons. You could still, I mean, there's a lot of things that we can still do.
Or does Trey Taylor step up and play that because we talk about a ball hawk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talk about a guy that does flash to the ball. Didn't he? What record was it that he
had like the most
most interceptions in the was it that season?
It was that season, but like he won like an award for like best secondary player in
Jim
all.
Thorpe Award.
It was the Thorpe Award.
Yeah, for the best secondary player in all of football in NCAA. So, interesting stuff there, man. I think that there's a lot of opportunity there, and I don't think it's overblown it. I think that people can overblow it because they can take a sound bite and go like, "Oh my gosh, he's comparing him to Legion of Boom." Nah, I don't take it that way. It's that you got the guy that was the architect of that, and he's going to try to replicate that spirit, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I would think nothing but that.
Right.
Why would you not? Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
if he was like, nah, well, that's a Seattle thing and we're moving on and we're going to do something different now. Be like, why, man? That was badass.
It worked. Yeah, it worked. And that's why it's part of the reason why you got hired. Because you can build badass defenses, man. You know, and don't take our word for it. You heard Derek Carr earlier in the show talking about the explosive freaking defenses and the fast and the hard hitting and all that stuff come at you all the time. Like, I mean, that's Pete Carroll's MO. He builds that stuff. So so of course, he's going to build a version of that.
Absolutely. All right. So I've got again, we're just going down the list here. I've got so many freaking stories.
Bang.
We're just going to go bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang all day long. Got my foot up a dog's ass.
Nice.
All right, so next up we've got, so we do our mildly ridiculous schedule prediction show around here.
Yes.
All right, and we catch some grief from some people at times when we do this because we are three highly optimistic Raider fans. Even though we say going into the season, coming off of a shit show that was the prior year, we're not falling for that again. We're not going to do that to ourselves. We're not buying into any of our hype or nope. We're going to keep it level-headed. And until the Raiders prove something on the field, at that point, we'll start to get excited. But then sure enough, you hire Pete Carroll, you trade for Geno Smith, you draft a freaking rock star running back.
Yep.
You sign
Chip Kelly to be your offensive coordinator. You know what I mean?
Re-sign Max Crosby to an extension.
100%.
Like this, you start looking at the things that we've done in this offseason.
They checked all the boxes.
They checked all the damn boxes. So what does that do? It fires up the positivity in us, and it gets us excited about this Raider football team. And so when we did our schedule prediction show, we had the Raiders winning 10 plus games. And I genuinely don't think it's that far-fetched. I understand that we play in arguably the toughest division in football. I understand also that we got swept in that division last year. And this year we're not going to get swept. And if we're good enough to go 500 in the division, that is 3 more wins than our win total from last year. Our win total from last year was 4. That brings us to 7. Is it feasible that we could beat teams that are down, like the Titans coming up this year?
We're going to whip their ass.
We're going to whip their freaking ass. There's 8. Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
And we finished last place in our division, so those other teams that we match up with, we're also last place in their division. You know what I mean? So, like, we have a very winnable schedule this year.
100%, bro. That's what I'm saying. So, like, getting to 10 wins isn't as much of a struggle as I think that some folks think it is. And again, shout out our good friends, you know, Mo and Scott at Silver and Black Today. They're saying, like, look, if the Raiders even come close to doubling their win total from last year, that should be considered a successful season. And they got them between like 7 and 8 wins, whatever, on this next year.
Hell no.
I think it's undershooting it. And
It's
that's
undershooting it.
It really is. When you look at the favorability of everything, it's not that far of a stretch to get to 6 more wins over last year. And I know that they also will say that, like, that's not common for teams to turn it around, except every year someone does. Every year someone goes from the Washington Commanders, a 4-win team, to being in the playoffs and winning it in the playoffs, for crying out loud. So as a highly optimistic Raider fan, I don't think it's that far out of scope. I don't feel like I have to build in a narrative and go, well, maybe Josh McDaniels learned his lesson. Well, maybe the spotlight isn't going to be too big for Antonio Pierce. Well, maybe, whatever all the different things that we go, okay, we're positive, but things got to go this particular way for it to work.
Right.
I don't see a lot of things that haven't already been in place that need to happen for this to work, because those things are already proven, Swag Jeff.
And those things have already happened. In years past, we said, well, if we had a good blank, we would be a little bit better. Well, what were the things that we needed the most? A competent head coach. How many more wins does that equate to? We need a competent quarterback. How many more wins does that equate to? We need a good running game. How many more wins does that equate to? We need a freaking good offensive coordinator. How many more wins does that equate to? So you add piece by piece by piece by piece. We had 4 wins last year. We could have had 10 if we had those things. And now we do. And then you still add in all the other pieces that we still added. How many more wins does Jack Besh and Dante Thornton bring? Because this offense is going to be explosive and electric. You know what I mean? Like, we've got, how many more wins are we going to have because we have a solid linebacking core now, not just one guy and a couple of maybes. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many
God
things.
forbid a healthy Malcolm Kuntz, a healthy Christian Wilkins, and a healthy Max Crosby. What's that do to your defensive line?
I'm telling you. I think 11 wins on the low end, I think is very, very, very possible, because all these things are now stacked in our favor, where we don't have to go, maybe something nice will happen. Now we know something nice is gonna happen. I'm feeling real nicey. Shout out John Gruden. Boom.
Yes, you did. That's amazing. All right, so speaking of said optimism, let's go to our good buddy Rich Eisen, as they do schedule prediction shows too. All right, and they have different fans from different teams call in.
I love these.
And listen to this. Listen, the clip is titled, "Is Raiders fans' optimism already getting out of hand?"
You're the first one to do this. We haven't had a single Raiders win-loss gamer yet. At the Patriots, week 1, what happens?
Oh, that's a win, Rich.
Then the Chargers on Monday Night Football. What happens there?
Oh, yeah, we're going 2-0, Rich.
2-0.
That's a win Monday night.
Then in your neck of the woods, at the Washington Commanders, you going to that game?
We were looking at it. I don't think I'm going to go.
All right. Well, what happens anyway?
That's going to be a loss.
Back home for the Bears.
That's a win.
3-1 at the Colts.
That's a win. Absolutely.
4-1 home for the Titans.
Titans. Oh, that's a win.
5-1 at the Chiefs. What happens?
Woo! In Arrowhead?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's a win. Yeah.
Oh!
Absolutely.
6-1 out of the bye home for the Jaguars.
That's the win.
7-1 at the Broncos on Amazon Prime Thursday night.
That's when it falls apart. That's a loss.
Cowboys in Vegas on a Monday night.
Oh, that's a bounce back. That's when the offense really takes off. It's going to be a shootout, but the Raiders win that one.
Home for the Browns.
That's a win, too.
9-2 at the Chargers. You know the Raiders show up in Los Angeles at the Chargers 9-2. Give it to me, Joe.
Do, but the Raiders don't. They're going to lose that one.
Oh. Home for the Broncos.
That's a win.
10-3 at the Eagles.
Oh, that's a loss, but it's going to be a close one.
10-4 at the Texans.
Woo! Oh, that's a win.
11-4. Home for the Giants on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah, you already know that one. December 27th, that's a win.
12-4. Home for the Chiefs.
And that, my friend, is a win. And that's how we roll into the postseason. We got the AFC West.
You got the whole AFC if you're 13-4, Joe in Maryland. All right. Found somebody else. Thank you, Joe. Found somebody else in D.C. on ketamine. Hey, listen. 13-4 for Joe in Maryland. Feeling it.
Oh, my gosh. Isn't that awesome, dude?
I love it. I love it. He must be one of our listeners.
It has to be, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely has to be. All right, Raider Nation, tell us if you haven't told us yet, put your schedule prediction in the chat there, man. Can't wait to go back and read that. So, Swag Jeff, go ahead and shout out the chat room. Man, we got a loaded chat room, man. We got a bunch of people in there tonight. Everybody, a bunch in there watching us live. I appreciate you very, very much. So go ahead and shout them out, and then I'm going to hit a break.
Absolutely. Silver and Black Sports Collectibles is in there. Let's see. Anthony Martinez is in there. Paul is in there. Raider Paul is in there. Fabricator Guild, James Furpo.
Paul Nation.
Paul Nation's in there. Let's see. Martin is in there. It's Slayer here is in there. Let's see. Trung Tin is in there. Jason Marshall is in there. Chuck Raider, Storm. Man, we got the whole crew, man.
That's awesome,
and
man.
if you tuned in late, we are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey. So every $10 that you donate tonight, whether it be 10 or a few $100 or whatever, you get that many poker chips or entries into the raffle for sure. We're going to raffle this off at the end of the night. Comes with a certificate of authenticity, and it's a beaut, man. So, and it's all going to the One Nation Foundation, man. So it's not too late. If you want to get in the mix for one of these things, man, this is awesome. And we've raised a ton of money tonight, so we're definitely going to give away bonus, you know.
Let's give away one of them Ashton Genty jerseys from your buddy.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Yeah, we've got a large and an extra large Ashton Genty jersey like the one I'm wearing right now. And also, if that is not your size, that's okay, because you just send us your size and your address, and Alex from Silver and Black Sports Collectibles is going to send you one of those as well. So so that'll be at the end of the night, man. But yeah, man. So this is a fun show, man. I love it.
This is a fun show.
This is good shit.
Las Vegas, a city without a pro football team, in a world gone mad. What can we do about it? Acquire the most desired franchise in sports history? Sin City, lost wages, home of the Elvis weddings, and 24-hour debauchery. But finally, a match made in heaven. The Oakland Raiders have landed in the desert with the Death Star as their home. And to celebrate beyond your imagination has come 3 individuals hosting the most irreverent show while paying homage to the storied history of this franchise. Raiders Fan Radio with Murf, Swaggy J, and Michelle, taking a lighter side journey into the dark side.
Well, on a night where we're having technical difficulties, we lost the fan cave cam.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is too fun getting into the new studio here. All right, so I'm gonna play this clip, and then we're gonna get reactions. React to me, Raider Nation. Let's start off with here we go to it. It is one of our members of the ownership team, Tom Brady, and one of his buddies, who I think you'll recognize his voice.
You know, it's crazy because we're going to end up, and I know people are going to give me a lot of shit for this, but I live in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. Tom's got a piece of the Raiders. Oh. A lot of my friends just got a piece of the Raiders. I went to 6 Raiders home games last year. Yeah. I didn't make it to any New England games because I live far away. I started driving my golf cart just got painted black. Wait, I didn't even know it? No.
Oh, no, he did it on purpose.
Painted black.
I love it.
At least they put the municipal logos instead of the Raider logo. But listen, could easily find me being listen, I'm on the home team.
Yeah.
All right, Swag Jeff, I've talked a lot tonight. You go ahead and kick us off on this segment. So what do you think about the potential of Mark Wahlberg being part of the ownership group of the Raiders?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. That's one more member in Raider Nation. I love it. You know what I mean? And, because the rule is with the Raiders, it doesn't matter how long you've been a fan, but if you're a fan, you're going to stay a fan. And, I know that Mark Wahlberg is consistently known as the big Patriots guy and all that stuff. Well, he loves Tom Brady the same way that I love Will Compton. I think he's a Tom Brady guy for sure. So yeah, there was a time in my life where I rocked the two-tone blue, and Raider Nation welcomed me in. So I ain't got no qualms of Mark Wahlberg coming into Raider Nation. I like Mark Wahlberg. He's funny. He's in the other guys. He's in a bunch of other fun action movies and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. And yeah, I know he's a Boston guy, but hey, welcome to Raider Nation, Mark.
Okay, all right. I'm with you. I like Wahlberg too. I like Mark Wahlberg movies.
Of course you do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Jay Moore says Wahlburgers in Allegiant Stadium is going to be epic.
Well, that's true. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
I have a couple of different takes on that. I just don't, and I don't think Mark would ever let this happen. But here we were towards, the top of the show, or at least a little while ago, rhapsodizing about the impact of Al Davis and about how, his spirit and his brain and his everything left this incredibly wonderful legacy that is the Raiders. And being that it was all Al, I just don't want that to ever get watered down. And that would be my only thing that I would say is that, I don't feel that would ever happen while Mark is alive. But, we all got an expiration date, myself included. And while I may not be alive, to see it happen, or only God willing should I be. But, if Mark passes on and then it goes to an ownership group and it's helmed by Tom Brady, Richard Seymour, Mark Wahlberg, all these other people with these, Patriot histories and backgrounds. And because I know Richard Seymour was a Raider, but he was a Patriot for way longer than he was a Raider, and certainly had a more impactful career wearing, silver, red, and blue than he ever did wearing silver and black. And so knowing that, I would just hope, and my literal prayer for that would be to not ever lose that spirit. Let's not diversify it with so many people from other backgrounds. Now, granted, Al was a Charger before he was a Raider. Willie Brown was a Bronco before he was a Raider. Lyle Alzado was a Bronco and a Brown before he was a Raider. Bill Romanowski was a Niner and a Bronco before he was a Raider. Charles Woodson became a Packer and then came back to be a Raider. I understand there's fluidity in allegiances because these are these folks' job. They're not just straight up fans. Mm-hmm. So while I can understand that, I would just hope that those other allegiances don't water down what it is to be a Raider. Because while Al may have come up under Sid Gilman and learning, under the, as a Charger assistant coach, once he became a Raider, once he invented the Raiders, for crying out loud, that was it. And he never looked back, and there was never, ever any other influence. Mark never had any other influence in his life outside of Al and the players that Al surrounded him with, because we know that Mark was, best friends with Cliff Branch, for crying out loud. Like became friends. There's a reason Marcus Allen, who fell out of graces with Al, came back to the team, and that's because of Mark, because of his relationship with Mark. So Mark has those connections. After that, Mark doesn't have any kids, right? So there's no offspring there. Right. So it's whatever the Raiders surround Mark with in terms of ownership, that's going to be then the Davis family will become the legacy of the Raiders, and the current incarnation of the Raiders is going to be these folks to take that over. So that all that said, I don't inherently have any issue with quote being Mark Wahlberg, but I would say that I would rather it be Raider people. There's a reason that Al always looked to the alumni and to celebrate the alumni, and to, he talked about it in that clip that we heard. And I just hate that it's not Charles Woodson. And I hate that it's not. You know what I'm saying?
With you on that. I'm with you on that.
That's the only thing is that I would rather this be, I don't know. And I know that the money is not. It takes a huge amount of money. And like, for crying out loud, the Bolitnikoffs or the Stabler family or whatever, like, they don't have that kind of money to invest in buying a part of a football team. I understand you got to be a movie star, or you got to be the greatest quarterback that ever walked the face of the earth to be able to have that kind of, capital to be able to buy into a football team. So I get it that you're not just going to like hand it out because of someone's name.
Right.
I get that. But I just wish that there was something, like, I wish it was Tiger Woods or Ice Cube or George Lopez, or, you know what I mean? You think about all the amazingly high-profile, wealthy celebrities that are Raider fans. I would rather it be them. I would rather see Ice Cube be buying into the Raiders than Mark freaking Wahlberg. That's all I'm saying.
I get that. I totally get that. But, whoever it is, whether it be Mark Wahlberg, Ice Cube, friggin' whoever, doesn't matter. I think I'm glad that they're doing it now.
Yeah.
And not later.
Sure.
Because now,
instead of it going up for bid or some shit.
You're exactly. And these people that, are buying in, Richard Seymour knows about Raider culture. He knows what it means to be a Raider. He was around Al Davis, and
that's true.
He was around that stuff. Tom Brady, he knows what it's, he knows what it's like. He knows that winning culture and stuff like that. And I'm sure he did his homework and knows about the Raiders, and he's close with Mark Davis, and Mark Davis is going to teach him. So that's why I'm saying I'm glad these guys are doing it now, because Mark is still around and Mark is teaching these guys, hey, when I'm not here, you're holding the flag. So you need to do it in this way. And you know what I mean?
That's
like,
fair.
Yeah, I think so. I'm glad that they're doing it now, because they, I think, can uphold the Davis legacy that is the Raiders.
Absolutely. No, that's a really good point. And like I've always said about Mark, like, you can be critical of his haircut, you can be critical of where he eats and what he drives and all that stuff. One thing you cannot be critical of is his passion for the Raiders. He's the biggest Raider fan on the planet. The end.
Right.
No one is a bigger Raider fan than Mark freaking Davis.
Right.
He has nothing but the best intentions for this organization. And while you can question some of the hirings and you can be, the spirit behind them was always coming from a good place. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may not have been the best choices, and we all don't make the best choices sometimes, but they all came from a good place. They all came from the right spirit when Mark made those choices and those decisions, and they just didn't work out. So again, you can criticize him for a lot of different things, but being a fan of this football team and wanting nothing but greatness and to have that legacy live on is not one you can criticize him for. So I hope you're right, Jeff. I hope that ends up being the case.
Well, and Ron the Mater Raider, and he kind of made an interesting point in there. He said, how cool would it be if they opened it up for the fans to own a portion like the Packers do?
That would be badass.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would truly be badass. I would be on that in a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh my gosh.
Tell me one fan base that, obviously the Packers are the ones that started that, but tell me another fan base that wouldn't rabidly embrace that more than Raider Nation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point. Mm-hmm. That's a great point from Ron.
Watch someone like Derek Carr do it.
I mean, he's got some coin. I don't know if he's got enough, but he's close.
I mean, that guy
made a lot of money.
Yeah, he made a lot of money, and he's still owed a ton of money after his retirement. He's fully guaranteed contract and stuff like that. And I mean, this guy's.
You know what? I wouldn't feel terrible about that.
I'd feel pretty good about it.
I'd endorse that because as much times we give Derek shit, no one gets it more than him on that. Like he gets it. He gets what it is to be a Raider.
Yeah.
You know, I'd endorse that in a second. Not that it fucking matters what I'm a dopey podcaster in my basement over.
Yeah, who knows if that would happen? But I mean, but watch a guy like that come in and he can kind of carry that. And then he could show Tom Brady and
that's
stuff
strong.
like
That's strong. I hope that becomes part of it. Yeah, that's a great point.
I do too.
That's a great point. All right, next, dude, we're all over the place tonight. Okay, here, let's just. Well, I'm not going to hit a break. Let's just keep it rolling, man. This is fun. Okay, so I've got for you here. We're talking about the current Raiders. Let's talk about the best tight end in football.
Oh, nice.
We're going to talk about Brock. Wait, I got to hit that sound bite though. Hold on, let me get it. Where's it at? Where's it at, Swag Jeff?
I don't know. It's on the board. Brock.
Where'd it go?
Best friend in the world.
Oh, man. Oh, there it is.
Like Brock for Brock, the conqueror himself, Brock. You want to see your husband fight Brock? You got it. You can't beat Brock. Best friend in the world, Brock. I got 2 words for you. Barack!
All right, so let's talk about Brock. So he jumped on with the boys, with Will and Taylor, onto the bus and had a good conversation. We talked a little bit about it earlier. Let's talk a little bit more about it. It's obviously anytime the guys in Bussin' with the Boys have a Raider on, it's a worthwhile listen. And, you know, I say all the time, like, you know, if you're a fan of the Raiders, listen to Bussin' with the Boys because they've now had Brock Bowers on there. They've had Max on multiple times. They've had Derek on there. They've had so many. Waller's been on there a couple of times. Josh Jacobs has been on there. Like, there's a lot of Raiders-related interviews going on there. And it's funny because the guys are funny, but then they pull things out of these players that you normally wouldn't get because it's a low pressure environment. So the defenses are down, they're cutting up and joking. And I'd say if there's any theme of this interview with Brock is that he's just all about ball. He just didn't he wasn't yucking it up. He wasn't telling jokes. He's very likable. So it's not it's not like he's not likable or it was like a boring or weird interview or nothing.
Anything. No, he just very short answers. You know, hey, this is my thought on that. Let me talk to you about my college time. Let me talk to you about my time with the Raiders. Let me talk to you about my hairline and how much I love steak dinners. and that was pretty much it.
Pretty much it. And it wasn't a ton of hilarious moments. There was one in there when they were talking about his hairline and busting his balls about his hairline, which was really funny. And they were going to give him, he was in town for the, for Tight End University.
Yes.
And so they had a fake award show, like the Fannies. They had that set up to do at their event at the end of the night. And then old Tay-Tay showed up to the party. And so Taylor Swift ended up doing a performance instead of them doing these awards. But they were going to give Brock an award for hairline to talent ratio.
Yeah.
And I'm like that's
hilarious.
That's hilarious. It's funny as shit. So they start bagging on him about his hairline, which is funny. But I thought, aside from the things that he had to talk about himself and his career, one of the things that really stood out to me was how he spoke about Max Crosby. And we've talked about Max Crosby and his infectious work ethic, and it's already rubbing off on this young man.
You were talking earlier, sometimes you're doubting yourself in practice, man, I should win this rep. Are you thinking you should win every rep against Max Crosby when you have to block him?
I'm going to try, but he's a tough dude. He's tough. He's a tough dude to block.
He's a savage, isn't he?
Condor. Oh, dude, he jumps around. He like even at practice, I swear he looks at our at what we're doing, and he like dissects our what we're lined up in, and I mean it's nuts how like he takes everything so seriously, and it's so awesome to like see him work.
Yeah, I think it was this past season, like during training camp, they'd have to remove him from practice so that way the offense could function a little bit better.
Yeah, like in like run game and stuff, it was a little dicey sometimes because he'd be jumping around, jumping in the C gap, like running the edge, like he'd get in the backfield so fast it's not even.
And you're thinking he's got the script, like this is bullshit.
Oh yeah, 100%. But sometimes the defense is looking at the script.
That's a
real thing.
No, it 100% is.
If you go to the equipment room, there's a script, the offensive script that'll have the plays on there, and I always would catch defensive guys look in and be like, okay, these 3 plays are passes, these 3 plays are runs.
All right, there we go. So it's funny. So he's talking about how impactful Max is at practice, and it was other parts of the interview where he was talking about the work ethic and all that kind of stuff. And so there's go out there and listen to the interview. But it was pretty good, man. I enjoyed listening to it. But then the funny part happened, Jeff, in the interview with Brock when they started bagging on him about his freaking hairline.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit that, and we're gonna listen to just a couple. I'm gonna jump around a little bit, and we'll just listen to some of that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah.
Were you rocking a cowboy hat last night?
No, I actually wasn't. I didn't really have room in my bag to pack any jeans or boots or anything, so I just kind of wore shorts and Hokas. So,
there's only
I was wearing my
gloves and
Hokas.
cleats in that bag.
Yeah.
He's coming to work.
Yeah.
Coming to work.
What are we thinking with the future of your hair? You thinking? You thinking you're gonna let it go at some point? You gonna go? Kirk Cousins, some of these guys who
go to
get
Turkey.
Get the plug or something going.
I don't know.
Or they have it
Anything's
forever?
kind of up in the air. I don't know. I mean,
You got to start thinking
figure it
about
out soon. Yeah.
Like I don't
probably.
know you that well, but I feel like as one of the boys, like, you're gonna have to make a decision. Some of these
tough.
post game photos,
Well, it's tough when
you're
you're
representing
sweaty,
a white squad.
Yeah.
I kind of mess with it. Keeping what you should do
Just the fizzy, sweaty look.
Like you should probably do the plug thing at a later date, 3-4 years. But let that boy let that boy ride for a little bit, and maybe even like buy in and do the full cul-de-sac.
That'd
For
be
a little bit,
sick.
like shave the
Sick. I
middle
like that. Yeah.
and keep it, and just be like, this guy's year.
There's a brand behind it somewhere.
There's a brand behind it.
Either bald
And you can have fun
Brock.
with it too.
You know it's
grab
the cold. You know it's the coldest.
bring it over.
That would be sick.
The what?
Yeah.
The cul-de-sac look, like you just go there.
Yeah.
Dad looked
The
the little,
brand
the
would
little
be nice.
emoji.
Yeah. No, you know what? I mean,
This, the Ben
Yeah.
Franklin.
Can I see it again?
oh yeah. At a certain point, he's got to own it. I don't know what happened. Like it's just kind of like. It just happened.
I think
don't know.
I think you take the light, the parts where it's light, you just shave that part off and keep whatever's left. Like, you talk about
Owning
this
something.
is, yeah, this is one of the best tight ends in the league.
Best tight end.
With that kind of confidence.
How old is
he
he?
doesn't give a
23.
fuck what his hair looks like.
His kids all fucking ball.
Yeah.
24/7. That could be a fun little move.
Yeah.
So you gonna do it?
We'll see. I don't know.
Dude,
Oh my gosh, dude, that's so freaking funny, man.
So funny, dude.
Oh my gosh, love the boys, man. Shout out Taylor and Will, man. I was bagging on them. It's like, yeah, let me see it again.
Let me see it again.
Jeez. And then he takes his head off and poor homie's got wispy. Just it's so wispy. And listen, I sympathize with Brock, man. Your buddy Murf started losing it about the same age.
Really?
Oh yeah, my hairline started drifting, dude. It was like, and then I shaved it all just because I used to like having a shaved head, anyways. Before like having shaved head was cool.
Yeah.
And so I shaved it, and then when it grew back out, it was like, ooh.
Yeah, no, we're gonna stay shaved on this deal.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on
Yeah.
that. So I've been shaving my head since I was 24.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and I'm 52 years old now. So
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a head of hair since then. And so Brock, if you're not gonna hit the plugs, bro,
Just embrace it.
just either embrace it or just get rid of it, man. You know what I mean? Like, geez, him and Hunter Renfro, man, all hairline team.
Oh, absolutely.
In terms of hairline to talent ratio,
Yeah.
two best guys in the league.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember when Jerry Rice? Well, you may not remember, but I know the chat room will remember. Are we off the air? We might have jumped off the air. I don't know. But anyways, I don't know what happened there. I feel like something stopped. But anyways, you remember when Jerry Rice was with his tenure with the Raiders? He had that receding hairline, and he was doing the cornrows back then. and he had the receding hairline, and it was like almost midway. Like you could just about draw a line straight over from ear to ear. Are we stopped?
No, we're good. Keep
We're
going.
good? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could just about draw a line straight over from ear to ear, and then the cornrows started behind that. And it was
Right.
like, oh gosh, Jerry, just let
Yeah.
it go, bro.
Yeah.
Just let it go. Granted, he was in his 40s then. You know, Brock's in his 20s, but still, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't hang on for too long. Don't hang on for too long. And you know what? It's nice to have it shaved. You just shave it all off the way you.
nice.
Yeah. I haven't bought shampoo or a brush or a blow dryer in 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Good for you guys
Yeah.
and your higher power.
All right. All right. So also speaking of Brock, you know how clutch this guy is, bro?
How clutch is he?
So clutch that there's nothing he can't do. One of my all-time favorite players for the Oakland A's, the legendary Reggie Jackson,
Sure.
was in attendance for the celebrity softball game between the Raiders and the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Yes.
The Las Vegas Golden Knights have beat the Raiders 3 years in a row, okay, at this celebrity softball tournament. Reggie is in attendance, signing autographs and, you know, representing the A's, said when Brock Bowers went to the plate, I thought that guy was a former MLBer. He looked so natural at the plate and had such a good swing. I thought he was in the league. That's Reggie fucking Jackson, one of the most legendary hitters, power hitters of all time.
Damn.
Talking about Brock Bowers, he goes, I didn't even know. I thought he was a baseball player.
How cool is
So
that?
Brock Bowers and the Raiders rallied at the end of the game. They're down 3 runs, and Brock Bowers hits a grand slam to walk off and win the freaking game, dude.
Come on, dude.
So freaking clutch,
that's
bro.
so
If
cool.
you guys haven't seen the footage from that, go check it out. It's awesome, man. But they interviewed Brock afterwards, and the question got asked of him, what do you think about being ranked the #1 tight end in football after your rookie year heading into the NFL season?
Second year in Vegas, first time playing in this game. What are you most looking forward to? I know a lot of charities are on stake here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for the home run derby. I'm excited to see how it goes. I mean, I have no clue how it's going to go. We'll see.
And obviously one of the best tight ends in the game. I mean, coming in this season, looked at as one of the best. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's cool. We'll see how this year goes, though. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything at the beginning of the year.
You said getting ready to wrap up for training camp. Like, after this, like, do you really kind of settle in? And what are you looking forward to most?
Yeah, no, I mean, this summer, just been working out a bunch, trying to stay in shape for training camp, and yeah, I'm excited to get back with all the guys and get back with coaches and really get the season rolling.
All right, so there you go. So pretty understated, man. I think that's, you know,
that's cool.
That's probably one of the, well, not one of, I mean, we'll feature other Brock Bowers audio bites going forward, but
not many.
It's kind of, you kind of already know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to get a flashy soundbite from him like you would from other guys, like from
Right.
Max, or, you know what I mean? Or even from, we've got some stuff from Malcolm Kuntz in here and like whatever, you know what I mean? Like you're just going to get this, you know, I'm going to keep working out.
Yep.
There
you go.
Eat steak and play football.
That's it.
That's it.
Just
So
keep doing that shit.
Just keep doing that shit, Brock Bowers.
Yeah. We don't need any flashy sound bites. We just need the ball.
You know what? Score a whole shitload of touchdowns.
Yeah.
And that'll give us all the sound bites we need to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be
and
awesome.
you don't even have to talk. It's going to be the announcers going, touchdown, Bowers.
Yeah, we'll have Harry Ruiz and Jason Horowitz sound bites to play.
on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, shout out the chat room. Update us on what's going on with the giveaways there. I'm going to try to fix the fan cave cam, but shout out everything that's going on.
Absolutely, man. So Silver and Black Sports Collectibles is in there. Jay Morse is in there. Wyoming Raider in there. James Furpo. Martin. Michelle is in there. Lee B. Jason Marshall is in there. Hooligan Nation. It's the Slayer here. Storm is in there. My Two Cents is in there. Elon Bush. Corey Hagan is in there. Corey Hagan asked earlier in the chat how to donate. So you just donate. You can do it directly through the PayPal at onenationfoundation.net and just let us know how much you donate. Or you can do the super chat like most of the people have done tonight. So if you tuned in late, we are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey. So we are going to be raffling this off at the end of the night. Comes with their certificate of authenticity, and it's a beaut, man. So definitely get a chance to get your hands on this for sure, because it's all going to the One Nation Foundation, and we're rocking and rolling, man. We need about $30 for another cool milestone. So if anyone wants to jump in and do that, that would be cool. But we're like up near like some of the best that we've ever done.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's
so,
amazing.
Yeah. So keep it rolling, Raider Nation.
And
Can't thank you enough.
And whose jersey are we giving away?
Bo.
And so when it comes to Bo Jackson, you always hear these amazing stories about him, right?
Sure.
About his prowess on the field and his ability to play running back and the dominant two-sport athlete and all the amazing things about Bo. But instead of playing like a Bo highlight thing for you, I've got a funny story from Bo, and you don't hear very often about players getting the best of Bo Jackson, because Bo Jackson got the best of just about everybody he ever went up against, except for this one time when he talks about this guy, and I'm not going to tell you what he says because it's funny, but his description about this linebacker is amazing.
Has there ever been a time on the field where you got?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. What you got, man?
We're
Talk
playing
to
against
us
the
about
St.
it.
Louis Cardinals in the Raider Stadium. We was in the Coliseum. We ran a trap play. And the trap play was designed because I was notorious for cutting back on you at full speed. I didn't stutter step. I cut back on you, and I was already in fourth gear. And I don't know this brother's name. There was a linebacker. This brother had muscles in his breath. Hey.
I ain't never heard that one before, dog.
You guys are laughing, but I'm serious as a heart attack.
Yeah.
This brother had muscles in his breath. I didn't see him. Let's tell him. It's always the ones that you don't see that get you.
You're right.
That you get got. And there was an off-trap play to the weak side. Counter trap play. And I was going to go off tackle. I got to the time position, and I'm going to cut back 30 degrees to split the linebackers. Homeboy feel that hole. He hit and dropped me on the 2. I never saw it. It was like me running out in front of an 18-wheel. I'm not kidding you. He hit me, dropped me on the 2. Then this brother helped me up. He said, no, bro, get up, man. We're in the Coliseum. But my boss is up in the box. I got to put on a good show for him. Come on, let's get back to the hall. Next series, Jay Schrader called that same play. I looked at him like, you lost your f***ing mind?
You trying to send me back in there?
Listen, we ran that play. Bo didn't cut back on it. Because I knew what was over there.
Yeah.
I kept that outside and got 26 yards.
Yeah.
No. It only takes once. You ain't going to touch that hot skillet but once.
Oh, my gosh. I love it. He said his brother had muscles
in his breath.
It's so funny, man. I love it, man. So, all right, there's good stuff there for the legendary Bo Jackson. And if you want to win an autograph version of his jersey, just throw in a poker chip. And did we have more coming in there?
Yeah, we got a quick $100.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, yes.
Whoops.
Okay. Salvo Zen, John Ogle, Yoshi with another 30, and Intel with another 50. Man, this is incredible, man.
Unbelievable. Thank you, guys.
There's a couple guys in the building tonight, Intel and Fabricator Guild, that might be the record for the most donated during a show.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, I've already made it through my list here. So that's a list of all the stories that we've got. Look, we did an almost 2-hour show, and all we've done is talk about the Raiders.
Wow.
That's pretty good. Wish Michelle was here. We always miss Michelle. But
I know.
But yeah, man, there was a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. I hope you guys dug all that current Raider talk. But hey, more of you and less of us is a good thing.
Yes.
So we got to check in with the Sea of Fans mailbag. It's a pretty short Sea of Fans mailbag this week.
Okay.
We've got a couple of emails, and then we've got one voicemail. And so we're going to go ahead and check in with those. And so let's go ahead and go to and then we're going to give away that jersey. So stick around, but let's do that. And Swag Jeff, talk for 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll shout out the chat again. Storm, Silver and Black Sports Collectibles, Lee B, Hooligan Nation, John Ogle, My 2 Cents, Yoshi Paul. Let's see. Hooligan Nation, Jay Morse, Salvo Zen, Intel, El Capitan Rafucho is in the building.
Hey, Rafa.
Yeah, man. So much respect to all those folks. And yeah, this is incredible, man. This could be one of our highest nights. I mean, I think we're like a little over $100 away from like our record.
Wow.
Which
We
is
knew Bo was going to bring it, man.
Bo was going to bring the heat,
We
man.
knew Bo
for
was
sure.
gonna bring it.
So yeah. I mean, we're definitely going to give away some secondary prizes at the end of the night. I think I've got a Raiders Fan Radio hat upstairs that we'll give away. We got of course, Silver and Black Sports Collectibles. And if it's okay with him, we'll do 2 Genty jerseys.
Yeah, let's do
tonight.
2 Genty jerseys.
We'll do 2 Genty jerseys
because those
We'll
are
do
big
that.
numbers we're hitting.
There's
tonight.
big numbers that we're hitting there, and then we've also got a.
Get it, Jeff.
Yeah. We've got this One Nation Foundation jersey from last year. So if you like
Do
the
it.
number 24,
We're going to give it all away.
We're going to give
Dude,
one
if
of
we're
these.
hitting records, we're giving away the
We're
farm.
giving away one of these too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and not to be self-glossing, but if you do want us to sign this, we can.
Yeah.
Or you can just wear it. I think they're all extra larges, but yeah. So. you
Yeah.
know, whatever. You
Yeah,
do
I
what
mean,
you do.
yeah, for real. Like, and it's so funny saying that but some people do ask us for shit sometimes to get signed when we're at like events. And stuff.
Absolutely.
Not that like, trust me, we're the least pretentious people there is. We understand we're knucklehead podcasters.
Yep.
In our freaking
And Alex from Silver and Black Sports Collectibles said, "Yeah, let's definitely give it
right
away
on. Thank you, Alex. Man, Alex bringing it, man.
Yeah,
He's a good dude, man.
He's a stud, man.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go.
Oh,
Holy
Intel,
shit.
Intel with another $100 donation. He set the record. No one has ever donated on one episode of Raiders Fan Radio more than Intel has just done tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, ever. And
Intel.
we're $30 away from our record. I'll just say that.
Intel, thank you so very, very much. I know that, I won't say all the same stuff I said earlier, but just know, brother, that when we see those numbers, and heck, even if, any amounts are appreciated because it's all going to amazing Raiders-related charities. When we see stuff like that and the repeats of them, Intel, brother, that is incredible. Thank you so very, very much. And thank you to everybody. And again, we can say thank you for eternity and not say it enough. So thank you to all of those of you that are donating to the show.
Alex said, let's do 3.
Three
Genty jerseys tonight.
God, okay, deal. So we're giving away 3 Ashton Genty jerseys.
He said if we do another $30 and set the record, let's do 3.
Okay, deal. So we're going to give away the Bo Jackson jersey.
3 Ashton Genty
3
jerseys.
Ashton Genty jerseys and the
One
Raiders
Nation-
Fan Radio hat.
The Raiders Fan Radio hat and the One Nation Foundation jersey.
Deal. And you can't win twice.
And you can't win
So
twice.
that's 6 things or whatever. So 6 different
winners.
So 6 winners are gonna hit tonight. All right, thank you guys. Man, you guys rule.
And
Frickin' rule.
there it is. There it is. Let's break the record there. So we have tied our record now. Thanks to Hooligan Nation with another $30 donation.
Damn,
Wow.
man. Damn.
Unbelievable.
Freaking awesome, man.
Unbelievable.
Fred and Angela going to be getting the nice check from us here this year.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful, man.
And
That's
there's the record right there. Lee B.
No!
Hey.
Boom. There it is, man. Yep. That's fantastic, man.
Yep.
So that stretch goal for us is 15 GER.
There you go. That's the goal.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to approach it right there, man. That's awesome, man. Thank you guys incredibly so very, very much. All right, here we go. See you fans mailbag.
There he is, baiting, looking. He's under the gun. He's caught, he's thrown. It is.
All right, man. Whew.
This is cool, man.
This is crazy, bro.
This is cool.
This is crazy. Okay, so here we go. See Fans Mailbag. This is where we hear from you because more of you and less of us is always a good thing. And so we like to check in with Raider Nation. You can join us a multitude of ways around here. You can join the YouTube chat at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. You can call the show, and if we play your message 3 or more times, then you can become the next made man or made maiden here at Raiders Fan Radio. Or you can email us, and you can email us at show.
Okay.
That is show.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear me?
I say it again.
Show.
Okay.
Let me spell it for you, Swag Jeff. That is S-H.
Ow.
Dumbass. S-H, ow. Show, S-H-O-W at RaidersFanRadio.com. And if we read your message 3 or more times, you can become a made man or made maiden that way. So we've got 2. We've got the UK contingent checking in, Swag Jeff.
Ooh, okay.
So let's start off by going over to England and checking in with our buddy Martin. And he says, morning, friends. Good luck with the summer of swag. Those that are bidding. Your money is going to great causes, so good on you for that. Not a lot to talk about this week, but I will mention 2 quarterbacks. The first is the seemingly unloved Darryl LaMonica, who, from what I understand, was way ahead of his time in the way he played and the stats that he put up. He is not one of our greats, along with Plunkett and Stabler. I'm here to give him his flowers, as you say. The other is Carter Bradley, son of Gus, who the Raiders have just cut. Yeah, no Bradley season for us this year.
I know.
Again, I am no expert, but I will say that I hope they won't regret cutting him in favor of Cam Miller. Speaking of Cam Miller, I think we're going to interview him. Both are unproven at a first-team level, so I presume they've seen enough in camp to make an informed decision. Bradley seemed to be very much the kind of build and performance we needed at number 3. I'll trust the process, though. Shout out to the chat, and go Raiders. All right.
Nice.
Give it up for Martin. Appreciate you, Martin. And, you know, and when it comes to the Bradley thing, like, I joked a lot last year about the whole Bradley season and all that stuff. But you know what? I will die on this hill that I thought that he 100% should have gotten the nod to start instead of going up and picking Desmond Ridder up off the scrap heap and plugging him in to start a football game.
Agreed.
I thought for sure that he was going to get, that Bradley would get the nod when everybody else was injured. That's all I'm saying. And listen, how much worse of it could it have gone? You know what I mean? Like the whole Desmond Ridder revenge game against the Falcons didn't really work out. So I thought Carter Bradley, at least based on what his preseason performance looked like, when we went to the Raider Dad event last year, we went to the game, Carter Bradley was the quarterback in much of that football game, and I thought he was pretty good. Well, again, I didn't have any delusions. It was more like jokey about the whole idea of like, you know, oh my gosh, this guy's going to be the next greatest thing. But, I mean, all you do is stick around this show for a half a minute and you'll figure out that we don't take ourselves too seriously a lot of times. But in a genuine football take, I thought that he should have at least gotten an opportunity over Ridder. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, wish the young man good luck, and we'll see where his career takes him. All right, next up. Back to the UK, and we're going to check in with our buddy Paul. Oh, I better cue up his soundbite here, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go with our buddy Paul, and he says, evening, lovely RFR people. I hope you're well. As this email is being read, we are into Thursday morning in the UK, so me and Martin are officially in preseason mode. The rookies are a matter of hours away from Henderson. Another season is upon us, and the butterflies have started in the stomach already. Scott Moe posed a great question on last week's show. Who is the greatest quarterback ever for the Raiders? They managed to name 10, which I've always struggled with because I can never get past 6 that deserve to be on the all-time list. These lists are subjective, and the conversations they always lead to are fascinating. So I've included my top 6, but I want to throw a little twist to my answer. Stabler 1, LaMonica 2, Plunkett 3, Gannon 4, Carr 5. He agrees with us.
Yep.
Dead on. And Moe as well. And then Flores at 6.
I like that.
I do too. Of the ones I've seen play, Plunkett gave me the greatest memory at Super Bowl 18, and I always feel he's underrated. I love the dynamic Gannon had with Gruden, and John tried to get that again with Derek, but Derek didn't have the fire Gannon had, and I've added Tom Flores because he's like a Raiders grandfather that I haven't got the heart to leave him out. The only answer to this question, in my opinion, is Snake, and I'd never doubt it, even though I never saw him play. But here's my twist. I want to see a winner, whatever that looks like, and I'd have no problem if Gino turned into a scrappy player that doesn't make the highlight reels as long as he wins. But I will always like to see us win with style. So if I could choose a quarterback style I'd like to see us win with, it would be Darryl LaMonica. The man had an arm for the ages, and he would be so fun to watch. As Scott and Mo pointed out, his AFL career stats are amazing, and if he'd played in the modern era, he'd have been a superstar. That shouldn't stop him from going into the Hall of Fame. I'm hoping now for a best ever running back show and a quarterbacks list as well, because it would be interesting to see who comes in the bottom 9 after Lester Hayes. And finally, finally, while I was typing the above, I thought of a you can only pick one question. A scenario. You've just selected your all-time Raiders offense and defense, and you have your special teams complete. Now all you need is a head coach. Who do you choose, Madden or Flores? I'd love to give you my answer, but I've thought about it and genuinely can't choose between the two. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, goodness gracious. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paulage in Shropshire, Mississippi, Polly Award winner 2019 and 2022, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, Made Man of the Year 2024, BRT Sizzler Scorekeeper, Proud Made Man, five-time times five winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Nice.
Attaboy, Paul.
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 Paul. Paul. Paul.
Paul.
Paul. Paul.
Paul.
Paul.
Claude, Claude, Claude.
Paul.
Paul, Paul.
Paul. Paul. Paul. Your name, Paul.
Hello.
Paul.
Hello.
Paul. I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
Darn right you are, Paul. And so, Swag Jeff, I'll throw that question to you. Well, let me hear your answer first, and then I'll give you mine. Madden or Flores?
Madden.
Yeah.
To me. I understand that Flores brought us 2 Super Bowls and all that stuff, but I don't think there would be a Flores if it wasn't for Madden.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a Flores if it weren't for Al. And
Right.
and you know, and this is, and I don't want to this come across as a dogging Flores position, but Al Davis was, you know, the de facto GM, not even the de facto, he was the GM, and at times the de facto head coach for the Raiders while he was sitting in the general partner box while Tom Flores was on the field coaching. And so that is not to take away from Flores, but when you took Al Davis out of the equation, I'm just saying this, just let's consider this fairly. When you took away the Raiders and Al Davis out of the equation, how did Tom Flores do as a head coach? It wasn't great. It wasn't pretty.
No.
And there's a reason that it took so long to get him into the Hall of Fame, because when you look at his Raiders career, he's a Hall of Famer. When you look at his head coaching career, maybe not so much. And I think that that's where the knocks happen that took away from Flores. When you look at Madden, so instead of trying to take away from Flores, let's lift up John. When you look at Madden, he was what he 10 years and won 100 games?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did like unprecedented things in coaching, and he was the first one to do it. So
right, exactly.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Madden set the bar. You know, he set the tone for every other coach that would come after him.
Yes. You know, and so while we can rhapsodize and talk about how Al was the brainchild behind everything it was to be a Raider, the first one that embodied it was, well, not the first, because there was Jim Otto and Ben Davidson, you know, but those were players. But outside of that, it was Madden, and Madden's the one that had to instill that into the organization and maintain it, to take that vision that Al Davis had and carry it out on a day-to-day basis. That was John.
Right,
So
exactly.
that's where I got to give him the nod, because the consistency in his coaching career He's got a championship in there. Shit, they went to 5 AFC championship games. And if it weren't for the freaking Dolphins and the Steelers, who are two of the all-time greatest teams in the history of football, if it weren't for them, we probably have, honestly, 3 or 4 Super Bowls in that era.
I was about to say, yeah,
Like,
we'd have 6 or 7 right now.
If we got a fair call against the Broncos, we're freaking winning at least 2. Because the Rob Lytle non-fumble was one of the biggest jobs in NFL history.
Yeah, and the immaculate deception and all that stuff. Yeah.
100%, man.
Yeah.
100%. So, no, I think that answer to that is Madden. But, again, that
and
doesn't...
then the Steelers in the ice game. You know what I
there
mean?
you
Like,
go.
all that,
Yes.
like, come on.
Yeah. So not taking anything away from Tom at all and his accomplishments as a Raider coach. But I think if you got to pick between the two, then you got to go Madden. And I'll give you one more. If I had to, and this is funny because there was a lot of talk on the socials there about like, okay, if you could pluck one player, well, let me just ask you this, Jeff, because I don't know your answer. And I want to hear your answer in the chat room. And we've only got one voicemail to get to, so we've got a couple minutes here. The question was posed, if you could resurrect one player from your franchise to play in the modern day, who would it be? I won't tell you my answer. What's yours?
Daryl LaMonica.
That was my answer.
Daryl LaMonica.
And I said, even though as much as I'm a Stabler guy, which I am, Kenny is my all-time favorite player of any sport ever. Like, he's above Reggie Jackson. He's above Mark McGuire. He's above, Steph Curry. He's above, like, when you think about all my favorite teams, the players that are on them, my favorite players of them, he's, Stabler's the apex of that for me.
Right.
But I would pick Daryl LaMonica because I think that his game not just translates better into the modern game, it accelerates into the modern game.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
The things that he was doing, I think, are amplified. Not that Kenny's game wouldn't be amplified.
For sure.
But I think that by a much greater factor, LaMonica is amplified in today's NFL.
Yeah, well, look at the way that, receivers and corners and stuff, the bump and run and all that stuff. Like, these corners were allowed to hold on to these guys, and despite all of the rules back then, he was still doing all those things. So now you put him in today's NFL, where if you touch a receiver, then you get flagged for it. You know what I mean? Like, that dude is going to throw for 6,000 yards.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
Agree. So let me throw this, and this was not part of the social media question, but this is just a Murph question. So LaMonica's our answer there, and we've talked a lot about Daryl tonight. If you had to go opposite side of the field,
defense,
and pick one defensive player from the entire history of the Raiders, and here's the thing that's unique about the way that the question is posed, to help the team now. So you're not only talking about who is great, but who's a great fit now. Like, so if you had to pick a defensive player to play on today's Raider team.
Holy cow.
I know.
I got like 3 names, and they all played the same position. Man. Lester Hayes.
Dude, that's one of on my short list too.
Yeah.
He was so literally sticky in coverage.
Yeah.
And we need a corner.
Yeah.
It's like him or Willie Brown.
I was thinking him, Willie Brown, or even Mike Haynes. Like one of those guys.
I think I'm with you because Tatum's game doesn't translate as well to today's game.
He'd be kicked out of the league.
Right? Yeah. Hendricks maybe. Ted Hendricks, there's a conversation to be had in there.
The only other position.
Howie. We don't need Howie because we got Max.
Yeah, you got, but
whoa,
double nickels.
Okay, watch this. Let me fuck your mind up.
Okay.
Greg Townsend.
Oh, could you imagine?
Greg Townsend and Max Crosby playing bookends?
Holy cow. But what about Matt Millen?
Double nickels, bro.
Yeah.
Prowling the freaking. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Dude, if my answer is not Willie Brown or Lester Hayes, I think it's Greg Townsend.
Yeah.
I think you just put out the absolute most elite pairing of defensive ends you possibly could in the history of the league. That would be good. Oh, God damn.
That'd be good.
Greg could probably go and give you 10 snaps a game right now.
Oh, for sure.
When we run into him and stuff.
Dude, that dude's in fighting shape.
He's still in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, let's see, a lot of people are saying Howie.
Howie's a good, because for this, well, and also too, so he could have the same level of impact that Greg Townsend does, but he can also play inside. And that's the thing about Howie's game that was unique. So if Malcolm Kuntz is healthy, and then you got Max on the other side, and you got Howie to play inside and out, and then start jumping those guys all around the formation, that's pretty deadly.
That's deadly.
It's pretty deadly.
Yeah.
Whew, man, that's fun to think about. I mean,
hey.
Well, maybe a little bit like that, but not entirely like that. Yeah, don't let it get weird, Jeff.
Yeah, no, just lean into it.
Hey,
you got two choices.
Tell us about your life.
Hey.
Hey, you lean into it.
Yeah, I might.
you are. Wiener.
All right, who we got in the voicemails?
I don't know. I'm pulling it up. Hold on.
Oh, nice.
Now, you're going to hit me with a pause there, too.
Oh, I sure could have.
Hold on. I'm pulling it out. All right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Scott, go. Wait.
Oh, this is Jacob in Fresno.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Hitting us with the freaking Scott and Mo here.
Yeah, he does.
Scott, go. Wait, wrong show, wrong call. Hey, sorry, I'm Jacob in Fresno, so I love his shtick. This is Josh in the East Bay. Calling in.
Holy shit, that was a good.
Like your guys' response to.
Damn, that was a good impression. Hold on, I'm gonna start that again. That was awesome.
Scott, go. Wait, wrong show, wrong caller. Hey, sorry guys, this is not Jacob in Fresno, so I love his shtick.
That's
This is Josh in the
hilarious,
East
dude.
Bay, calling in. I like your guys' response to my prior call, saying that we'd get fourth in the division, but we would all end up in the playoffs. And I think actually listening to you guys, I kind of fall more in line with you guys. I think the chips could fall anywhere with all four teams in the division. They'll all be super competitive. But I wanted to call today and put in a request. Because he is so objective on his own show, is there a way to get Mr. Mo Moten on a guest spot on your guys' show so we can really get his non-objectivity, but get his fandom? Because I know he's a Raiders fan, but he stays so objective on his show. I would love to just get his non-objective take. What does he really want as a fan? And just bounce that off of you guys. But all right, have a good week, and I look forward to the show. Thank you.
There you go, Josh.
That's a good call.
That's a great call. And we have had Mo Moten on the show once before, and he did say a swear.
Exactly. We got, well, it was Scott beckoning him to.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Come on, do it, man, do it. I've done it. You do it." And so he got Mo to drop an F-bomb, and it was hilarious. It
was
show.
hilarious.
And so, but I love that idea. And you know what? I'll bet he would do it.
Oh, for sure he would.
I bet he would do it. We probably can't get him in the cave because he's all the way in New York.
Yeah.
But we could probably do like a Zoomy thing, or even a call-in or something, and get a I love that idea. A non-objective take from Mo Moten.
Yeah, I'd like for him to lean into his fandom a little bit.
Just let that freaking fan flag fly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. No, I love that idea.
That is a fun idea. I like it, Josh in the East Bay.
Yep.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Thank you for the call. All right. And if you want to call the show, you can call the show at 909-345-3346. Leave your voicemail. And if we play it 3 or more times, you can become the next made man or made maiden here at Raiders Fan Radio. All right, Jeff. Let's do it, bud.
You want to give a Sizzler away first?
Oh, yeah. So we always give an award. We call it the Sizzler Award to the best emailer or phone caller of the night. And take your time so I can pull up the sound bites. Swag Jeff, who do we have tonight?
Absolutely, man. Well, we started off with a couple of great emails from across the pond there. Of course, Martin and Paul. Yeah, and then on the voicemails, we thought it was Jacob in Fresno.
That was good,
No,
dude.
that was great. It turned out to be Josh in the East Bay. Man, this is tough, man. So how about we do this? Since we're in the mood of giving tonight, on as far as the chat room goes and all that stuff, we're in the mood of giving as well. So tonight's Sizzler Awards goes to Martin, Paul, and Josh in the East Bay. Everyone gets a Sizzler.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am the Sizzler.
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 Nice.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Hey, easy there, bro.
Man, I'm just having fun over here, man. Fuck you. Leave me alone. Just vibing over here, man. Looking at all these damn poker chips, man. I'm feeling good, bro.
Here you are. Damn
feeling
right,
right, dude.
Yeah, shit, man. Let's do it, man. Let's get some stuff away.
Okay, let's do that,
All
man.
right,
So,
all right,
so before you jump over here, because I've got it wrote down, I want you to be surprised like everyone else with our total tonight.
All right.
But I will go ahead and put all these poker chips in there for sure. So, 19 people donated tonight. So, can't thank you guys enough.
Gosh.
Yeah, man, for sure. Let's start out right here. Justin Marmon, a $40 donation. East Coast Raider, $10 donation. Hooligan Nation, $50 donation.
Damn.
Yeah. Lee B, $40 donation. My 2 cents, $10 donation. Jay Morse, $10 donation. It's the Slayer here, $10 donation. Wyoming Raider, $20 donation. James Furpo, $10 donation. Jason Marshall, $20 donation. Salvo Zen, $10 donation. John Ogle, $10 donation. Let's see. Pono Z, $50 donation. Raider Ryan, $20 donation. And Ron the Mater Raider, $20 donation. And then here comes the big boys. CPA Joel, $150 donation.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yoshi, $240 donation. Let's see. Fabricator Gil. Hold on, I need 2 hands for this. Pause. $350 donation.
Bro. Oh my god.
And the leader in the clubhouse tonight, Intel.
Setting records.
Setting records for sure, man. I had to put it into 2 stacks that was so big. Pause. $450 donation. Wow. Much respect.
Freaking
unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Yeah, this is unbelievable. All right, so you want to come over here and pick these?
Yeah, I'll come in and cover that. And also, too, before we sign off,
yes,
we have a new made man.
We do?
I just checked the records.
Is Josh in the East Bay?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, okay.
Because, I want to play his music and stuff and give him the proper made man.
What do you want to do that now? Do it now while you come over here.
Yeah?
Yeah, do it. And put the camera over here and then hit the button and then come on.
Okay. Well, so congratulations to the new. Oh, here. So I'm going to move the camera to you. Congratulations to the newest made man. I got to find it. Here we go. Where's it at? Where's the made? There it is. Okay. Congratulations to the newest made man here at Raiders Fan Radio. And this, I think it's more than just his third. I think this might have even been like his 4th or 5th call, and I missed it till I just checked here.
Oh, okay.
And Josh is not made yet. So as I mentioned, if you call the show and you leave your message and we play it 3 or more times, you can become a made man or made maiden here at Raiders Fan Radio. And Josh in the East Bay, welcome to the table. You are the newest made man on Raiders Fan Radio.
Nice.
You are a made man. You showed you are part of the family by participation. By chance, a man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. Showing you are a friend of Raiders Fan Radio, you have leapt across the line. Friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than the government. It's almost equal to family. Be loyal. Made man, Raider fan. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this as a gift. And don't ever forget, words can hurt more, but silence can break hearts.
Nice. Hey, so a little update there. So I missed a donation from East Coast Raider for another $30, and I haven't even told you the total yet. No. I hadn't even told you the total yet. So tonight was a record upon record, man. We smashed our old record for sure. Really? Yeah, absolutely, man. So tonight, 19 people donated. East Coast Raider instead of 10 was $40. So I added another $30 in there. Tonight's total $1,650 to the One Nation Foundation. Woo! Let's go! Holy cow, man. So yeah, so we are going to be giving away tons of stuff tonight. First and foremost, that Bo Jackson jersey that we got over there. You want to show it up one more time right there, Murf? What's that?
No, I can't give it away.
No. Let's give it away first.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Boom. So this is the first 1,600. Yeah, 1650. 1650. Yeah, man. This is unbelievable, man. So yeah, can't thank you guys enough, Raider Nation. That's amazing, man. So, and 19 people donated. Like, I don't know what the average of that is, but that's a pretty good average.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. So, so first prize, let's give away this Bo Jackson jersey. Yeah, mix it up in there good. Get in there nice and deep, like. Hey. You got it?
Yep.
All right, what is it?
2.
Number 2, that is Yoshi.
Holy shit.
Yoshi has won another jersey tonight. Holy cow.
That's a 2, yeah?
He's won 3 weeks in a row.
Number 2, yeah?
Yes, number 2. It's Yoshi.
Holy shit, Yoshi. Bro.
Congratulations, Yoshi. Wow, with a $240 donation tonight. Holy cow. That's unbelievable, man. All right. All right, next up, we are going to be giving away one of these Ashton Genty jerseys. So any size, all you got to do is email swag at RaidersFanRadio.com with your jersey size, and Silver and Black Sports Collectibles will be sending you one of those jerseys. All right?
17.
Number 17, that is Pono Z.
Pono Z.
Yeah, from Hawaii.
Hey,
there you go. There you go. So yeah, so make sure you send an email, swag at Raiders Fan Radio, with your size of your jersey and your address, and we will be sending that to you.
Sweet. Okay, we're doing it again.
We're gonna do it a bunch more times.
Okay. Seven.
Number 7, that is Fabricator Gil.
Hey, Gil. Okay.
All right, let's do another Genty.
Is that a 4?
Number 4, that is East Coast Raider.
Is that a 4? I can't tell you're right. Or is that a 5?
No, it's a 5. Sorry, that is Intel.
Intel.
So make sure, okay, those are all 3 of the Genty jerseys. So that is Pono Z, Fabricator Gil, and Intel. Email us swag at RaidersFanRadio.com with your shirt size, your jersey size and your address, and we'll be sending that to you. Gil, if you're coming out this week, I might have one for you.
Okay.
All right, now let's give away a One Nation Foundation hat. Number 13. That is James Furpo.
I've got some stuff going out to Furpo.
We'll send that to you in a year, but don't let us forget.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
All right, and now finally, we're giving away this One Nation Foundation jersey.
12.
Number 12, that's Wyoming Raider.
Oh.
Wow. Congratulations, everybody. All the winners tonight and everyone that donated. Whether you won something or whether you didn't, it's going to an amazing cause. It's going to the One Nation Foundation, where we give to the Bolitnikoff Foundation and Raider Dad and other different Raider-related charities, specifically the Bolitnikoff Foundation and Raider Dad, two unbelievable foundations. You guys literally changed lives tonight. So cannot thank you guys enough. That is unbelievable. And are you going to hit the outro there?
I certainly can't. I can't believe fucking Yoshi won again.
I can't believe Yoshi won too.
That's fucking crazy.
That's wild. But it's not like he's not donating.
Well, that's true. He's throwing in some big dollars.
If
man.
he donated $10, I'd be like, hey, something's rigged right here. I don't know what's going on. But the dude donated $240 tonight.
$240
and in
tonight.
total for the Summer of Swag, that dude has probably donated like almost $600.
That's true. That is very, very true. And
Yeah,
thank
man.
you. And thank you to all, and I'm not giving you shit, Yoshi. It's incredible, man. But thank you so very, very much to not only Yoshi, but everybody that donated tonight. Let's just give it up for everybody in the chat room and all the folks that donated.
Yeah.
So much respect. So much respect. So much love. Thank you. As Jeff said, we're literally changing lives. Not we. The folks that are doing the work are literally changing lives based on your generosity. And we're just the vessels here, the gathering point, and it's all you guys and your generosity. And that's one thing I'll end on this before I turn over to Jeff with the outro. The one thing that we always make it a huge point whenever we're with Josh Kamanite from Raider Dad, or with Angela Bolitnikoff or Fred Bolitnikoff, we always make sure that we express that this money is not from us. We are just the show that's generating this by getting everybody together. You guys are the one that's making it happen. It's your generosity. It's your donations. It's your hard-earned money that go in to generate these kinds of freaking dollar amounts. It just blows my mind that we've had a record night tonight. I just cannot thank you guys enough. You know, you've absolutely not only blessed us with your generosity, but more importantly, the lives of these people that money is going to impact, man. We just can't say it and thank it enough. And so love you guys so very, very much. Like, you can, not to sound cheesy, but bottom of our hearts, man, like, thank you so much for tonight. This was an absolute blast. Cannot wait to do it again in 2 weeks. We got the Fannies in 2 weeks, Jeff. Is that right?
Is that right?
I think the Fannies is the next show up.
Oh, my gosh.
Fannies. So check us back out on Wednesday the 30th. Is that our last one? Or do we have two
Summer
more?
of Swag?
Yeah, we got two more.
We got 3 more, pal.
We got 3 more to give away?
Yeah, we still got a Fred Bolitnikoff, we still got a Charles Woodson, and we still got a Brock Bowers.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
We might have to double up.
I don't think so. We timed it out just right.
We did before the season?
Yeah.
Because, training camp kicks off the day after our next show.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we timed it out right.
Okay. All right. I trust you more than I trust me.
You should.
Okay. All right. So we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Thank you very, very much. We love you guys. Swag Jeff?
Absolutely, man. So am I throwing it back to you, or am I going to run this whole outro right here?
Whatever. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. I will. Thank you, CPA Joel, Yoshi, Justin Marmon, East Coast Raider, Intel, Hooligan Nation, Fabricator Gill, Lee B, My 2 Cents, Jay Morse, It's the Slayer here, Wyoming Raider, James Furpo, Jason Marshall, Salvo Zen, John Ogle, Pono Z, Raider Ryan, and Ron the Mater Raider. You guys donated tonight, and we can't thank you guys enough for it, man. You literally, like I said earlier, changed lives tonight. So all that money is going to the Bolitnikoff Foundation and to Raider Dad. So we can't thank you guys enough for that. I think I did East Coast Raider a little dirty because I said his name and then I said, "Oh wait, just kidding, it's not you." So I've got a hat up there.
Oh, you know what? No, for sure.
Send me your address, swag at RaidersFanRadio.com, and I'm going to send you the other hat that we got up there.
Well, was that when I messed up the numbers?
Yeah, you said 4.
Yeah, let's send him something.
We're definitely going to send him something.
Yeah.
So can't thank you guys enough. Thanks for our sponsors, HTO and Silver and Black Sports Collectibles. Whether you want a little baby Genty jersey or if you're a big boy needing a 6X, whatever that is, he can take care of you. He's got some cheap jerseys, man. Very affordable, and they're and I'm rocking one tonight. So it's good stuff, man. So can't thank you guys enough for being here. On behalf of Michelle, who isn't here, on behalf of Murf, my name is Swag Jeff, and you've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Don't forget, boys and girls, what happens in Vegas, it started in Oakland.
Damn right it did.
We love you guys. Much respect. Can't thank you enough. See you soon. Is the Cape Cam working?
It is now. Good night, YouTube.
Goodbye.